2026 enso ebetimi asha at exactly 7 p.m. Ghana time na the first game na the opening game no enso etimi asha se opening ceremony earlier name kick-off of the game between Mexico and South Africa exactly 7 p.m. There was some bano pay jumajeno so FIFA and organizers no HRS Omaya set for this year's World Cup in Tebera said into Tuyano enso Asia Tebera Mexico City near Kwakwe the Azteca Stadium and also the Estadio Azteca near preparations are FIFA any organizers and so they go from ahead of the game. One more performing opening ceremony sinjano obia aye set adora mic check 1 2 1 2 test mic ninja and so etimi so otis earlier mom join here earlier on radio no otis na mebo the World Cup song Shakira and Burna Boy and so the album na nyame admene on be performing enyum live the Estadio Azteca Mexico City and Nassim Kutakra World Cup no and so nyasha for the first time yebo World Cup in 3 other countries for the first time yebo World Cup a year 48 countries and representing no and so a history nyame admene and bibia and so sha na World Cup no come no yebo more near din command do na and so e fa FIFA World Cup no na yebo transfers into kakra because Sedemaka no we say a World Cup season but me refi say clubs no enso gu so omoye niam wa akire even players omo national team camp no clubs ni bi egu so ani omo agents reps no egu so edi nkomo ni nyina no ye the hunsam enso eba no pay e wo ye dwumade so but me busa Ghana fo and Mexico South Africa why now do support them no na and interesting some of names nibia minya no and the comments nibia man nyasem go but mami musa and why now do support edema no the first game Mexico South Africa why now do support man musa abena akoma ese ene de yen friend Mario Cruz abena Guzman na say ochirema o be bi odi free bana say o support Mexico me bra penny Arrold ese today call me Aroldo Diego Miguel. I have naturalized as Mexican just for today. Even if South Africa plays alone, I will support the stadium. Nah, and that's good to today. My message is number one. I will support it. Oh, call for Mexico. Oh, call for South Africa. Nah. Mamintiu also the make messages no and so at me be fie nia bedin komo and so fie and the Black Stars of Ghana near cancer team si obi akoi and so and the supporters edinkra Black Stars dey omantima me piem e Ghana but almost anra e Virginia womo so etunsa e the free Ghanaian fans omo e Virginia any America baby se wo betia ba no aba now ni supporters no and so womo say send off and one more Ediama a team no. Now your first game never travel from America about Canada because in Panama Toronto and a side game no and so a bit me across in Black Stars in some no now you're doing come and radio course no cat Edwin Simon Kreku well the FA boss Wakasa coach Carlos Queiroz and so Akasa Jordan you as the captain one and so Akasa Jumadi Nakasa no you ever ready at home come honorable Kofi Adams the sports minister also the Insebidi to get in Yebeko near Kuchi Black Stars in some no club issues and so I say Asante Koroko and some hard to focus no any the whole brand and so any partnership and no and koma the eba no pay and so so Glyco General yes almost supported Black Stars with 15 million cedis insurance air cover minina ayon koma no so no eba yebedi yebeka wan sem no pay so still me question maybe so any say South Africa, Mexico, and I will support any but possibly the for a score line account. Ufu say any game the same any besiako Mexico South Africa say and anema ensu besiako Maxwell Atanase abajafo Kenya over to Bianca Jacob achusa by the production team na ensu ebo adwuma Bright Owusu Clifford Trent Ejarebesmark omenyina ensu ebo adwuma me the Andrew so Fabian de Casillas metremu ediama chairman Bright Kankambo Chamo makacho say World Cup here ono ani anabusini ewo eya America achese no akra no mo mutie show no motenenka a oni enso bonkobo na from enel kobiano obe joining Black Stars team no na enkomo bia osie die no ye di nyina kama mama say obi se me fanka wo say me say oma Mexican name into the any Mexican name a open no ka near fanfro any Mexican name a open ka near fanfro Obian so the South Africa na o decide no enso dia by live Facebook Pure FM TV make sure so be like watch now drop your comment no enso dia to asem afei on YouTube Bryce can come on YouTube honso no you blazy out betimi a monitor jumadi no enso dia free afei utie on radio Pure 95.7 FM Yamamu nyina kwa ba once again yenkaja enso fenwa no pay na enkomo no enso entumi nko so there Maxwell Maxwell akwaba na afi no yenhye yenkomo twetwe no ase na nanse bibia bokọ ye senior man
nyame adwandi bibia e fine
okay and do you say showers of blessings ahead of the World Cup
yeah
and then so I'm just talk from Enra
yeah
anaju
yeah
and me ampa Maxwell time I'm sorry bed me nitiam yem hye me no because no time I didn't so to them omudum light
yeah sure
nti omudum light na mintimi na ti me fa me laptop na ma chira but drew me no so na say dey hira mo ni agrada ni si ba na mdum bibia
yeah
na me da ho no ma me so mintimi na to omo so light no be one something na fe bia say me da maxwell me ni tie no na say 6:38 me yem sheshe me sorry say me da because that time ni nyane time me no adwuma na me nam kwa so
okay
but 6:38 na me chese me dampam afira na me ni ati yem shim na say u producer so frame me be but to say me fan wo fie also frame me be but to am say be ma said ya de na si akwakoye no we nya abotra ati say but ni nyina ye eja bo eja nya ba bedru but you see I think about as I now World Cup 2026 I can't say new da max
yeah
abeka say na
new da yeah
but here we are and bibia shashi and then the 11th of June 2026 the World Cup on shashi from now it could see the 19th of July I be the final game no yeah the update me also so everything but there wa any there wa America nyina no say nyame adaroma yetim mu atre say bombom so ne toti akwakodru
oh okay
bombom so ne toti akwakodru
okay
yes enu anajo omukura aka okura no na ntem no omudru ena say meti omunka ti yedi nkomo kakra omu so akwakodru to say bebia no ometem we nam ha ne na say omu to update ne de say be catch no say DJ DK so nye on the grounds entertainment side no go work up omu say ni je umu pa ti the entertainment for no ebk be my update ti manager 50 so dey BKB ne omoma council Lucas mo nam the other side no na ye information ti well represented what you say
okay
ewo US Max
yeah Andy
minimum expectations for this year's World Cup because yadi won komache and history in the making was the first time 3 countries hosted the World Cup. The first time I hear about World Cup with 48 teams in Sida. Ni nyina no ne ena history no so wetin aba with anyama akoso nyina ne nkomo aye die nyina ne ade minim dey na we expected from this year's World Cup.
First of all, I think that World Cup now by a bit earlier than
expected.
Yes, but not than expected.
Okay.
But a bit earlier.
Okay.
But it is the normal. Returning to the normal, but a bit earlier.
Okay.
You understand my argument?
Wait.
Okay. You call Katano. Also this time I return to the northern hemisphere. But you call Katano because of the weather conditions. The Katano beka born November, December.
Yeah.
But this time now returning to the original June, July. But also what I say, it is starting in June. Maybe December is about 5 to 6 months. What's my argument? If I'm right, so it's not exactly 4 years. I hope so. What I say,
but due to the last time I born,
you're born December, November, December, and you're born Catadiana, and you're born June to July. But I return it to the normal one, and there are certain things I will see who will World Cup no more. First of all, this is the first World Cup 3 nations are hosting.
Yeah.
USA, this is their second time host. Don't forget they hosted it in 94. Brazil, what? Canada, we are maiden edition. But of course, Mexico, this is the 3rd timer hosted the World Cup. And do the two in China, this World Cup, the 16 host cities, 16 cities in Guam, 16.
Yeah, 16 cities.
And a venue, so 16. So a different. America were 11 host cities, Mexico were 3, and Canada were 2. Only said there are some World Cups the capital cities now host to be. In 1974, where Germany won and hosted World Cup, and at 2022, always so Tokyo did not also host it. And in this one, also Chicago, your friend saying United States of Washington DC, and host TB. But what I say, and now Canada almost capital Ottawa, almost and host it. And say the only host city and a capital city or hosted tournament will be Mexico City in Mexico. And despite the fact that the 48 teams now caught this World Cup, only 4 nations when they make a debut. And I may pass Nigeria and qualify. Also, Nigeria movie World Cup qualifiers, almost form has not been bad at all. And Romane Postgado, they know it was a game, but they played very well.
They did very well.
And now they are ranked even 26th in the world. It's a shame, but you're banned. I'm going to Cape Verde, Curacao, Jordan, Uzbekistan, and they are debutants. Only 4. That is how 4 nations did you, in your own opinion, obviously, or more on baby, Yana.
Curacao.
Yeah, Curacao.
Cape Verde.
Yeah. Jordan.
And
Uzbekistan.
Oh, I mean, I honestly, I don't expect them to even qualify from their group.
Their group, so. I think that Uzbeks for now. Or more years or more game is on the rise. It be no more to be police surprise, but I will not be surprised or moving frame as debutants. And there were a lot of controversies. I can't be and the only yard, will be a fire. It all makes it nice. But yet, say, also BKB told you something yesterday. For every World Cup, there are controversies. There is no single World Cup ever started a controversy. For example, in 2010 South Africa, because we're Ghanaian follow it. When him say around the World Cup time, no munana like you to be was shot. Okay. Also like it was shot, yes, almost shooting around World Cup time now. So people even had the theory say Bianca the team song on the battle. Ain't they be almost shooting, but I don't think so. It was here we now killing a battle. Your friends on the last day of perform that and sign of victory. Hey. Well, yeah, he did a massive
That's
job.
A sign of victory.
Yeah. And now if you saw Monium, give me freedom. Me just a World Cup in you, but then Shakira also the Zamana but other Zamana say Cameroon for you the dada. And you might take Cameroon for a henna or re-ending no a but so it became very good. So there were a lot of controversy. Like people were saying South Africa crime rate was or Mubaho to say near day. Even whites need be crying on Mumba South Africa. They thought South Africa said to say Africa, it be a New York near the Dasso. But when they came there, they saw that no, this is quite different. They hosted it. And see, I'm not surprised about the issues nearby, but what we need to understand, so the way America, you're money, man, we are there and they're different from any other nation in the world. But the good thing is that BBA and the World Cup near Bebo. So whosoever team when you had a chance to be there, you need to play well and make your nation proud. Also, our support, you need to do your best for us. So despite all those things, we're going to have a massive World Cup. And trust, believe you me, say it's America. Mexico, any America, any Canada, or more some of the things in common. Also, they are very popular when it comes to boxing. Yes. So people should know that Lennox Lewis or G Gold Medal, no, a Canadian. Razor Ruddock, heavyweight can know a Canadian. And the crowd to BF or a Canadian. And Mbili, Christian Mbili, one other guy, or Bonus, a Canadian. These are all very good boxers. Oko Mexico, the Okazo Budi in the Albeche. Currently, those who are Ryan Garcia, Money, all these guys singing. So Mexico, America, so they're about boxing. Some of them talk a whole lot. But of course, Mexico was culture when it comes to football. Don't forget about the legendary Azteca Stadium and all can was them. They say already about 80,000. Almost a stadium, so the first, Andy. Maybe also bro from so all seaters out. I am say any I say a time behind the eba. First, Mekai 1982 or whatever World Cup in Spain. Also na Camp Nou, na 150,000 capacity, but in home. So it was during the World Cup no year so when all seater. And your moyema capacity near the bathroom. In Azteca is here 80,000 capacity. That's one of the iconic because Canada are not known for football. Maybe a soccer for that matter, like how they say it. America they are known for soccer, and they'll be a match because soccer and money mema. Sometimes you can't deny free money there, but it is also soccer. And over America, they've been at the World Cup. Even the World Cup, I think they placed third or so before in the early stages. I think in the 50s or so. And over the CONCACAF Gold Cup or margin or money. Mexico and Etaji, Ebio manager Jamaica but final be. So in terms of football now, and they have very good players in their fold. Pulisic, Ebelidi. Look at the players they have. Ahmed Zagai, Musa Ganen, you know, on a host of other players in their fold. Serginho Dest,
Weston McKennie,
Serginho Dest, Money so nobody
Tyler
should take
Adams.
Yeah, so nobody should take them for granted. Some players will fall amneade. Nobody should take America for granted. Also, I'm gonna say the guy 3-2, right? 3-2, right? I'm gonna say the guy boyfriend. I think it was 3-2. They are also going to make it count. And Mexico themselves, so when you are World Cup, we are doing but most of them to me pushing. Nandi, the air one say in 2010 when Africa hosted the World Cup, okay, the first match here, boy.
South Africa, Mexico, but lucky there was a 2007
say it was around there, but not much hosting.
South
Africa had around that hosting time. I'm saying it was around the same time, and but not the particular year. Thank for his contribution. And like I was saying, only the World Cup, Andy, you bought group stages new year, first round knockouts, and cities in the Sobete by 9. I hope so. What I say
from 16 to
16 cities. You see, you bought first round, you win a knockouts in the Mufrima. Now the cities will remain 9. You bought second rounder, Sobete. Into year quite in the World Cup in the Baker. Into America for what I say. If you do it, won't quite a bedding, it be hosting the whole of the World Cup. And Andy, like I was saying, only said first World Cup, not a host nation they bought first match. Before when it started, it was being picked. But in 1974 to 2002, now while we are defending champion over first match. But what I say, so it was from 2002 EBA. Any who say host nation not ember first match. Now host nation started about first one, but Muntian you. More I'm more friend, I'm more per bet. No me say the only thing is to listen to pure sports. Period. And the what I say, Obekoma ebia handles no, ebia TikTok, Maxon and Nation. Maybe I wait here and I say like Andy Kasiambwa. Now we say Chris and I say BKB and now wait here the analysis no. And I PRFM your friend saying on Facebook no kwa nina da ona kuti because we can't respond to thousands. Me see we are me wo DM by 1,000. We can't respond to that. It is just listen to it. All day yeah the host nation be boy no. And they bought World Cup 4. First match be over 1.5. The first one was Bobby. The last one, Qatar de Ecuador. Ecuador shall Qatar 2-0. So it was the first time the host nation, a host nation lost the first game.
Ecuador shall Qatar 2-0.
Ecuador shall Qatar 2-0. Until host nations, I almost lose first game. But Qatar were weak. So we were body be a ball on Bocana or Musru. Qatar. Then yes, I South Africa and Mexico bought 1-1. Sending our Canada the last time on board, that's about 16 years ago.
2010.
And almost signed ABC and also 2.5 and a buy.
1.5.
1.5, sorry. Now, Germany and Costa Rica bought 4-2. It's also 1.5 and a buy and a break. And the last but not the least, now I think say Russia and so and we need 3-1. Russia say Saudi Arabia 5-0. Russia says Saudi Arabia 5-0. It's most often in I am over 1.5 and 2.5, but 1.5 and never, with the exception of 2 no Qatar, Ecuador, and South Africa and Mexico, and over 2.5, at least over 1.5. These are some of the things about, but there are some players who are going to challenge. No, they are Cristiano Ronaldo, because boys na coordinate. Nigeria, they are Ghana, and be up say, we ready say Portugal show, but not new. What I say? And I heard the Madu case okay, Masa. You guys can do that. Well, now we are warning them. But what I say, because there are players we are looking at. Masa, yeah, quite. And they say, hey, maybe each the one, bear 1,000 message will be up at us until we are and you're fine. Brandy, Memphis went to me and come Ghana. There is something unique about Ghana at the World Cup and call for dream bass. But some my dreams so.
Yeah, no idea.
What is a Ghana lose in the second match of World Cup? Da? Say I call for. When I say a second match, me can't Makasa stand to be corrected. So, but
yeah, 2006.
Yeah.
Your first game about
Italy say 2. Near share check.
Share check 1.
Yeah.
And in 2010.
Yeah.
Your first game, your second game, anyone boy?
I think we played Australia.
Australia,
and we
yes,
played 1-1.
1-1, okay.
Yeah, but 1-1.
And in 2014,
Brazil. Our second match was against Germany. We drew 2-2.
And in 2018, 2022.
Yeah.
Your second game,
Korea
3-2. Okay.
Ghana, yes, I
your second game. And this time, your second game is in England.
Yeah, no, and what I mean about your second year, anyone
in England
or more assembly. Oh, saying a Brazil 2014, and a yen winning match. Only a World Cup, you could be at least angry winning one match. Until there, yeah, a bedroom. And see a banny, I behead ne match no more. Okay, and yeah, meaning say be a question being the audio. Wow, so about give us our hot to say. Okay, good.
Oh, is crying, mammy. Oh,
yeah, bro.
You want to advise our basic to say, Piana.
Oh, me, bro.
More qualify, Hannah. Oh, they be uncle. Not a better member.
Oh,
okay, yeah, the pipe time.
How old the Monza, bro? Maybe I will call you.
Yes, Yamiadu, maybe about Quandi.
Then what Quabanso?
Major so,
Uber Fiat,
and no credit, no credit.
A jabo, Babidru, and the World Cup history now will be made today.
Sure.
Mechanics Anamichim said the first time a year who's to World Cup in 3 countries, and the first time a year 48 nations to represent at the World Cup. Meaning, we initial comment, let me be some on expectations from this World Cup because and same be now around the World Cup and meaning I'm coming and still the opening game is still coming. I mean, again, I was expected from the games.
Yes, Andy Medase. Of course, the biggest football tournament, and I say about football, the biggest tournament, of course, the World Cup. Until Ebasu say every football loving fan be attention also.
Yeah,
and yet. Yeah, you play football, even Ubi on play football, but the World Cup, no, a bit me I money mind, you know. Yeah, most of times, you know, or more play football no cry DHD. So they make out here say, and the expectations in it was so. But for me, this is a World Cup a year overshadowed by so many commentaries of the pitch.
Okay,
the decline. Kaye started World Cup, he say from last week, the discussion will be on country Ben or Beje, I mean players, top scorer, players, Ben I him say, or more storm the tournament. But discussion no every football aqua the issues about Africa referee now.
Omar.
You refuse entry into the US. So how come say a whole best African referee? Obi a well living a dream. Me sure say every referee be any dream. They say obe kwako officiating in the World Cup. Na Ukraine visa no be do US na yasa bono amana back to the country. We say from last week in Inano, the discussion has been around sa issue. And then of course the issue about Iraq ne Iran. To the extent and I will say Iran for no eco busy war Mexico no mo matches US. And then Iraq more key players and some of them players to me detain you for over hours.
7 hours.
Issues about ticketing. I mean a whole lot of discussions and every the football aspect now because we US now a core of the field into me sure say Sanyoma win so I generate issues a bit take something out of the World Cup. But of course about football aspect and so a Nyoma betimi akoso ne country so betimi age World Cup no for this tournament.
Awol the Monza and Martin and Kano over Saturday and keep your right there on the same nyina enso gu form no the Maxwell e wa hase e be rura nsem no enso dia maye na ma me hwe some of your messages na afia fam on the same to aso emfa emamo Ivan Soliva so call for Mexico Kwabena Little SM Mexico all the way Samuel Ofer SM Mexico all the way Hineba Kwame Apia SM Mexico all the way Samuel Joseph SM Mexico win Smart TV will say I'm supporting Mexico with my heart onone dia odiaba no Benghazi SM or Torino ne ho pure say if we support South Africa they will say we are taking their jobs Mexico all the way Kwame Kells say my name for today is Don Diego Kwame Kells. On the no caps bottles also call me Miguel Jackson, not Mike Jackson. Nana Kwame Anoch also please welcome BKB where US. Angela Akuwa so call for Mexico. Ibrahim Ismail S Mexico 9 South Africa nil. Ntoma Emmanuel S Mexico. I don't want to take South Africans job. Still Eddie S Mexico the winner. Nakumi X Mexico have my support. On the dia or the abanonom. Mamishe we say na menyin free. Kwame Ofori Amanfo say Africa first. Africa first. Okay. Evans Kofi was say Mexico to win. Samson Samuel Broby was say I see SC beating Mexico today. Bra Prince Legacy was say Mexico 5, South Africa nil. Culture was say please Andy call me Juan Carlos Ebenezer. Let's go Mexico. Joseph Nana Upoko was say we don't want to take their supporting job, so we are going for Mexico 100%. Paul Papisco SC Mexico 4. South Africa nil. Also ne dia wo de abano. Kamal Dean Zakaria say Mexico all the way. Owusu Sari Gerard I say which TV station telecast your show? Akwesi Esiedu say Mexico 3 South Africa 1. And me who say do not predict in favor of South Africa in favor of Mexico, and I understand why. My own common name. This is an AI generated conversation via Omodia about two Africans and about South Africa JC and about address on say Mexico for this dress or boss any channel and South Africa in Busan said bro Africa I know about Mexico into conversation on Yankwamonani.
Why are you supporting Mexico? If we support South Africa, they will say we are taking their jobs.
Right, we saw phone Yenin come live on PR 95.7 of you no Nina and so and Tiga Emma Modia Mincho say walk up no and then a bit me say friendly matches there's a countries no Anna Obia born in last friendly game that games no and so Nyasha say and no Portugal say too Emma Nigeria Etiwako Pedro Neto area branch of Francesco Consensao well Edenya Togo Samson Adams and consolation Edema Nigeria national team England and Ra Wamusha 3 Emma Costa Rica and Declan Rice, Eshego Anthony Gordon for penalty, and Ole Watkins, and the rest of the Piswa. Yather on some Ebamu Ewo Jumadinusana, and I walk up no and Swebas Nemum, and now much you know, Mammy Fantugas Algeria, national team Bolivia, Eshom Ekan and 9, Emma Aya Bolivia, Wamuso and me and Tania Diatia, Yather on some Ebamu Ewo Jumadinusana, about 7 p.m. in Mexico and South Africa, Evo Aya the first game, Ewo Aya Azteca Aya Stadium, and Edit Medicaria to get a referee. One agent FIFA Brazilian international your friends are Walton Sampaio no and a FIFA and Penny for International what with the opening game and so the commander ya the one some Ebamu Ewo Jumadini Sanope and I said your home come and so yenin come about a walk up no now your friends 70 and so to get my number of players for the first time what was APM Ewo the World Cup no I'm away and to say because the countries no every 32 Erom Ewo 48 no players no and so increase says say Obiemo and so the 3 countries America Canada and Mexico 1,248 players and available these 3 countries Shannon so say FIFA a country bianom ebetimi name 26 players and 26 players no now 48 teams now not just 1,248 players and represent various countries including Ghana and the sound come yet and so Jumadin Sanope Mamifawe and to us and Ranum Edebano Peno and who's a FIFA and so now very individual awards and also because from our games no Mammy golden boots ready a tournament no or some more goals golden boots no woman at the award no and so there are others for one and sponsor near golden boot award no one the award no and so come on over here so screen so and the golden boot award no Mamifawe and to get a golden ball. They are also by the best player of the tournament. One also about the golden air ball and also a design award nekama and some at me there was all a golden boot now and so a boot and no design in the camera. So a golden air ball now and also a just a plugger wɔn de bɔ ɛnso decorated top no ɛnom ɛdeɛ tiɛ ɛna golden ɛyɛ glove the best ɛyɛ goalkeeper wɔn ɛna ofu nsɛm na gya golden boot ɔbɛgye bɛno ɛyɛ top scorer wɔn ɛna bɛgye from the World Cup wɔn ɛna bɛgye golden ɛyɛ ball the best player ɛna wɔn ɛna bɛgye golden ɛyɛ glove ɛnom ɛyɛ the best ɛyɛ goalkeeper ɛnti FIFA ɛde saa individual awards no ne nyina ɛnso nyaba ɛtwerɛ sɛ game no yɛyɛ set bibia ɛnso ɛkɔ so ɛnom ɛyɛ update ɛba saa nkɔmɔ no yɛte ɛma mo ɛnso adwuma de no sɛ no pɛi mame ɛyɛ US man panyina yɛfrɛ no sɛ Donald Trump na yɛne nkɔmɔ no pɛ deɛ mɛte ɛne sɛ mampanyin ɛne America no ɔmo ɛyɛ decision ɛne sɛ woyɛ influencer woyɛ Ghanaian influencer na bɛkɔ America na pɛ sɛ wo create ɛyɛ content or record ɛyɛ content ɛpost a yɛsɛm gye sɛ wokuta journalist ɛyɛ visa ansa na mɛtumi record ɛyɛ content ɛnso tumi aposti ɛwɔ various social media handles no ɛnti mu a moyɛ influencers sɛ sɛ nyankasa ɛyɛ me nua ɛyɛ Guy Manuel Hector nom ɛne mu amaka GH ɛyɛ brains mo no Nebacho, so World Cup no, na create content Mami fan to get some US fano, I say I was a winner, a journalist, a visa, and yes, near Chua, Yabedi Porto, and no, I tell so to ya, the one some Emamu and so much more than a Sarapita, a journalist, a visa near Chua, Yaba Deporto, Amoko Krum, and no, I reporter bar, the one some Emamu and so much more than a Sanape, Mami Ramu and so opening a ceremony, na in command Yonko aya sticker stadium na yewe edioma anu so timi akoso sadie ene decorations how do akoso from aya FIFA any organizers no sadie omasiasiasi aya very anasa stadium enu aya the Azteca aya stadium anasa a stadium Azteca decorations how do anu so timi akoso no ninyina obehu enso ewo aya team ne so obehu ewo aya Facebook ne so enie ento won say World Cup trophy no ena oma project ne kakraka enso ne so aya lightning saudo minyina enso be display nebom se ekobase ye be start match na be watch cameras no so hwe TV a mama aya lightning eniema omunso design obehunsem aya dia FIFA omum edin enso be appear country na hosting ebe appear eye official World Cup eye logo enso be appear afa two countries are able game no omunyina edin ade omu flags enso betin appear ni nyina eye light and omu di decorate sane mo be church sane nyina enti so come there light na eno so e was sky no eno eye night e drew games eye bona na joa obehunsem different eye designs e was a light and ato a econo Oma ye bibia kama enti World Cup eye official logo no eye FIFA 26 no obehu country sabo obehu omunso de ninyina omo de light and a chesebe create ninyina na chesebe beautiful da mo betre TV achi I had the opening ceremony mo behu sanye ma we nyina se ekoso e wo World Cup ni mo enum jetie mame fa we enchi se mame Burna Boy any ababa wa ye friend se Shakira ye start program no omo nyom me omo for eye World Cup no and am didi kai Mami Fantiga say enwanyumre ye aya Burna Boy any Shakira and so ewo the Azteca aya stadium they are omokoye sound check omokoye the final rehearsal for aya opening ceremony in Nigeria for qualify name of artists friends Burna Boy and so ewo aya Mexico sounds and a Shakira and so Mexico for the FIFA aya World Cup opening aya ceremony yebehu aya two artists no and Burna Boy and who say on organizers no omo trying to say the niam and so sia kwakoye because we omo ya de na omo to omo ase and so make sure omo ya ne kama and so the abo bia and the tia sound come no ya to eba mu ewo dwuma de ne sanope retro game aya 7 PM ano aya detie mame fa we ento ya sanyo monko a diamete eresem na the national anthems no so say Mexican national anthem menya reports opanyi ba ko a ye friend say Alejandro Fernandez wanu aya Mexican Alejandro Fernandez menya reports ono ena ebeto Mexico wamu aya national anthem for a year before a year kickoff and to Alejandro Fernandez and to Wuko aya South Africa anthem but to ababa friend said Tyler one and beto aya South Africa one anthem before a year game no and according to Joshua and both a FIFA organizers no one answer about some common no ya didn't na emamu and so Jordan Sanope na aya Ghana for most support South Africa for eso mama bedru on bet me support your country. Mama South African air fans no aye Mexico aye city enra woman some eteke aye street no enum aye bottle aye msela ene aye nkofo enso ko take over just woman so announce omo presence say omo ba bedru omo ye ready for aye World Cup ye join aye South Africa enra e street no omo de ntwene ene ahodo enso koye e ma just omo ko bro mo say omo ba South Africa aye available. Ghana, Yebashi Germany, and South Africa for Mujama, and also Chagurina, Mammy Fantias, and a US man, Penny Donald Trump, Safari Mammy, I'm a commissar, so Penny, Adia Waye, Cecilia, so be a Cassatia, Sir, a referee, a FIFA, and so our chronological, a calf, best referee, a World Cup, or country no Masano, Masama, and a call back. Nadiantina Kobasa, Yenti, a US man, Penny Donald Trump, was where Watin community, name Omodia, and it's the right people. Edebera America, Yen Fentigas and Kofon Kobomokaso na World Cup Naseno, also where only Jenny Infantino Edding Command Ranopa, Infantino Kajan Sonokra Sadian Kofuato tickets, and he said your World Cup Libesha Deno, and Yadia Moko, Yentia US man Penny Donald Trump, Emra, na onus answer questions on immigration and a travel ban in the Sanibano, Yentia Donald Trump, Nimkomo.
Very closely to make sure the right people come into our country. Most successful World Cup they've ever had. Exactly. They've never sold tickets at that level. They've never sold that many tickets so quickly. It's amazing because you don't think of soccer. We use the word football, soccer, right? But you don't think of soccer in this country. It's the most successful. I spoke to Johnny this morning. He's fantastic, and he's the boss. He said, there's never been anything close to what's happened.
But some people are afraid that it's going to be harder and harder to get visas to come from outside. Can you
we're working on it very closely to make sure the right people come into our country.
And we are US man Penny Donald Trump, and the Amotu Amokan, only Ontario, the Amobaka, and Evermon, the what decided to obey and obey James was say, what a crown on it, a Jenny Infantino didn't come Obusano. Take it once, I must say, I did what they were. And Kofuato to take it, Robocrom will be there. Jenny Infantino, so who be done to say, wherever the most successful I walk up because Baku decided to say, now just Kofu, bunch of no visas, and also, Miniano, Obu monitor closely the right people, and also for a walk up, no, and a Jenny Infantino, your friend is some, and a opinion, Eddie Donald Trump, and a team command, and Omuko Jenny Infantino, Sir Opinion. Say the amuye pa eni coach and as a reference Omar Atan month me amana me di World Cup and a reference Jenny Infantino FIFA president no osi oye FIFA omuye aye just a sports organizer and as organizers omu anya kings of the world omu na betime rule over government yentie Jenny Infantino onu so ne responsa odebai.
Relax. We try always to find solutions. Of course, it is unfortunate as well what happened to Omar, the referee from Somalia. But again, we don't control everything. We try, we'll discuss, we'll speak, we'll see. Maybe sometimes it's good as well to just, chill, relax. We work on everything. We try to solve everything. Sometimes to immediately start screaming and shouting has the opposite effect of finding a solution. Believe me when I tell you, or don't believe me if you don't want, but we try always to find solutions. Always. But then we need to respect that we are not the kings of the world who can rule over governments and police forces and I don't know what. We are a sports organization. We try to do our best with the means that
according to FIFA President Gianni Infantino, na just moment to me now. Bibi no betting and say US Oma due to immigration rules omuni wasem bi omuso betimi aka enom ayade tia san komono yes ebamo enso wojumede so no pena unu sem Argentina supporters bi onma ye refuse omo visas omo ntimi anko na bi mo di nkomo unu se omo ntimi anko no ye wo eye company bi a omo produce electronics eye TV sani ade womu notice nkofo a no mpeso mo kwa America for the World Cup moment me anko no womu amobia eye TV so on fan kohwe World Cup no yenti enkoma bi mu ekaye se na wo ma prepare for a World Cup no epeso mo support Argentina man no nemum due to visa restrictions and as omo visa no ya reject woman approve omo ntimi anko and a sa company na ba omo obi TV mo fan kohwe World Cup no fi Argentina fodi
that it had not been all for nothing. I had planned a trip. I wanted to go to the World Cup, mainly to Miami, and I also have family there. Honestly, my dream was shattered when they rejected my visa, and I thought everything was going wrong until Wednesday when Noblex posted about this, and I found out I had a chance to win a TV, and that it had not been all for nothing. So here we are. I came very early at 6 in the morning, and here we are. We have the TV, so I'm thrilled.
I had planned to go to the United States for the World Cup, and unfortunately in March my visa was rejected. So about 15 days ago a friend sent me on Instagram what Noblex had posted, and I said, well, let's give it a try and see how lucky we are. They say second chances are better, so we'll see.
Ti way Mexico for almost a reject movies and TV second chroma max on be a high sense and so akase omo ama TV fakora World Cup even when your visa bakofie nakora World Cup no enso fie enom de te ho nsam no yet mamo ewo dwumedi so World Cup ne ba so and it's a FIFA as a clubs are more release players for 2026 World Cup no clubs no ebe receive 290 million euros from FIFA omo investment fund of 2.4 billion dollars. The authorities emu 290 million euros. Wamo chadi ama clubs are more release various players and so they are called diamante and it is a participation federations no and so ebenya 760 million euros and so they free the same fund and on diaba yet mamo ewo jumodino so World Cup no chance ne so nano me baka countries are obukuta most accumulated points ewo World Cup obi wins and the losses. The authorities some countries are almost suffer most defeats ewo World Cup no but you saying is here Mexico lose 28 matches ewo World Cup omo de kan Argentina lose 24 matches ewo World Cup. Germany lose 23, Serbia lose 22, Uruguay lose 21, South Korea lose 21, France lose 20, England lose 20, Belgium lose 20, USA lose 20. Ebani say ayamo mota kodo no mo enamo numbers no enso kosoro enum de tia yet ebamo ewo dwumadi so unim say ESPN for almost say top 50 players World Cup the list no and so but meaning so no ya adwene and also no nya adwene mama list no top 50 players way according to ESPN almost number 1 Dembele, number 2 Lamine Yamal, number 3 Brantia your friend is Michael Olise, number 4 Harry Kane, number 5 Bruno Fernandes, number 6 Pedri, number 7 William Saliba, number 8 Rafinha, number 9 Bukayo Saka, number 10 Martin Odegaard, Erling Haaland 11, Vinicius Junior 12, Jude Bellingham 13, Kylian Mbappe 14, Leo Messi 15, Declan Rice 16, Vitinha 17, Bruno Guimaraes 18, Federico Valverde 19, Moises Caicedo 20, Joao Neves 21, Julian Alvarez 22, Jeremy Doku 23, Ryan Shaka 24, Ashraf Hakimi 25, Nuno Mendes 26, Lautaro Martinez 27, Desiree Doué 28, Luis Diaz 29, Vali Bacola 30, Antoine Semenyo 31, Jamal Musiala 32, Jean Diamonde 33, Florent Vett 34, Alexander Isak 35, Virgil van Dijk 36, Luka Murray 37, 38, Joshua Kimmich 39, Rodri 40, Casemiro Courtois 41, Marquinhos 42, William Pacho 43, Gabriel Magalhaes 44, Martinez 45, Valdior 46, Jules Kounde 47, Bernardo Silva 48, Kai Havertz 49, and Mo Salah at also 50, and top 50 players. And work according to ESPN for and said their own same city. Mama, France team no and a France team no and so Kodru America, Boston, Mama Fanti so Kodru no. Abranchen your friend Sam Yeah, William Mbappe aje fans de nyina France fo be sha aye team no e Boston na chese dodo no aye brancha ye France Mbappe e no mun so heli no ntoboko na chese dem enso aye kama no aye top aye guy what chese oye idol enso dem aye team no eno aye de tia sansem no yet e mamun enso djuma de no sha no pay mami coach France said Don Carlo Ancelotti and Ancelotti enya 67 years na eno Brazil for our training session almost celebrate your coach no unsan ayata sa aye player bi udu birthday na mo ye trainer wo mu anso ye god of ana ubefam ane aburo eno Carlo 67 year ha ne ma muntimi kwaburo Carlo Ancelotti sa entiwe no aso mo seda do mo sakeka ne kakra bi senka ye players na commercial aburo mo panem Don Carlo senior man ye untimi kwaye ne sa Carlo Ancelotti untimi kwaburo Carlo Ancelotti o penyin enti Ancelotti ne onamudi eno kwayo omo san touch no we a small touch kitwe bi eno de tia sansam no yet mamu ewojumede so me branch France Ederson onso no ena Wesley Pryor no ono na aye Carlo a friend say on replace no ewo Brazil squad ne mo Wesley aye midfielder me na report some nonsense training sessions no yes Ancelotti try aye Ederson ewo right back because right back in the prior and our friend yes what try Brantano a right side of defense or into number 2 I hope that be Ederson on be use no answer the double and Rafinha and in central 14 come Rafinha I say yemfa we enter as a way or feeling way more matured I was our World Cup than 2022 our Carter also no yakoda never World Cup we no and feeling more matured and feeling way less pressure be any so na ose oya ready and we are happy with a team they kuta Brazil or sounds we are happy with coach France Carlo Ancelotti me na report say Brazil for camp no yes aye players no confidence kuta Brazil for nyasem kuta players no aye Vinicius no aye Casemiro no Gabriel Magalhaes we say confidence obo no obo agidie say the last time in 2002 Brazil World Cup obo nyebiem no asiwe ayo mafe and Tomaje World Cup no enum ayediate Mame James Rodriguez oya captain enso edema the Colombia national team no na eno odin koba no na abrancher France James SCM Fantiga sawe ni kra wom eno se obo player bia oya Ballon d'Or oya contender Luis Diaz Ballon d'Or oya contender so sia according to James Rodriguez o say name top 5 players we asia abrancher France Luis Diaz account na no kra pan se Colombia edru World Cup final was our crown France Luis Diaz winning a Ballon d'Or and according to James Rodriguez captain and other sound common answer to ya Iran a captain over France Ali Reza na Ali Reza ababontinya babetiya say Iran for no America for mama America omu eniaje ewa Mexico na Mexico for omu bruta also omu the best na also maka chomu say Mexico a cartel for no feel omu Iran team brutal say we there uchu say Donald Trump and omu ka bibi dia che Trump say Mexico over Mexico omu cartel for no omu feel Iran team brutal and your captain and the mother Iranian national team Ali Reza and what this sound commander answer there to ya yet mamu ewo djumede no so me nya reporter na mami Haiti omu jersey for the World Cup no na company omu produce Haiti for jersey no ye from theater diamond yes FIFA for akache theater for say Haiti for jersey omu nya na foforo Ninyan so almost just from Haiti for just no obviously images be wo mu a political message na obviously war be just a battle be in 1803 FIFA enso tolerate politics no entomo can design almost sa no ubehu political was go for be ekita Haiti flag enipa bi na ba kwa peda ene bi muso obviously no political message eni kwasa sa de no enso esi conflict bi Omane France, Haiti and France, any question of this message, Eba walk out to theater for no woman ancestor, a design, Omunisa, a designer, and free agents, and Fama Haiti national team, and on air, Diamond, Udru, New York, and Syria. Diamond said Thierry Henry, Arsenal legend, a France, a legend, Oman name, a street. After Oda Fence said Thierry Henry, na omo say sa aye street no aye Thierry Henry aye way enra eno omo mveli omo ayi aye ade omo de akata so no e je say we aye Thierry Henry aye way yamfa ne se bia nka awa nanka ofa aye the Cheshire town bia anasa street bia nanka haria say aye awa street anasa the Monza aye street sa no ma ye area ma branch friends say Thierry Henry eno aye said the hunsem esitie mame fa we ento gasa report am insaka and it's the highest earning clubs annually from aye shirt sponsorship aye revenue no we include sponsorships and kit aye manufacturers but aye teams no own say adverts aye no go mu amo aye jerseys mo no any obo jerseys no Diana de Ewasro Real Madrid 300 million euros and a Madrid team no Omonsaka almost Man City 220 million Barcelona 200 million PSG almost slightly below 200 million euros top 4 and I'm there to your Madrid jersey no diamante and it's a Madrid jersey no nyame adman next season jersey nkwa and yema gum no ebe generate 290 million euros and the Real Madrid team no yes Adidas ebetua 120 million Emirates ebetua 100 million and HP amu egu slips no ebetua 70 million euros and the Real Madrid the temame referee your friend say Omar Atan Omar Atan the makato so penny so a legend mame time okosia mampanyi enra ewo presidential palace ewo Somalia okosia Somalia mampanyi one any referee no kodru America masa sign US vana sign no say our connection with a terror group na opanyini ni enra omo de ne ko mampanyi atra yenti efanse Ghana ha wo enso de ne ko Jubilee House ama ne kosia mampanyi enra okosia mampanyi eni abampanimfo referee de saade we see no wabaya popular enso ewo Somalia what just why popular ewo Somalia when you eno presidential palace so unu say free presidential palace straight eno de ko stadium chance de wakwakoji ayo trophy Somalia national team no akwakoji bia AFCON aba eno nipadom ewo stadium omo national stadium omo nyina ewo kame referee omo taze omo tanechi yentie sede na atmosphere no esiatie ewo Somalia referee Omar Atan any fans no any the course and so Omar from Somalia referee Omar Atan and then on some answer to Yamame Nico Williams Mena reports Nico Williams doubtful Spain opening game no yes Nico Williams still Nadia Pubanja no akwano nchada recover ye Germany say engine and so ho affected a player no and Spain first game no manager friend Luis de la Fuente and person very risky player no person try Eman ho and so Timitono and Nico Williams and England game no and so England about 2 matches ahead of first game woman Ghana the same group England first game against Croatia mami friend together some na New Zealand 1-0 no Costa Rica 3-0 ready for FIFA World Cup no na mami fa we entuga se coach friend Thomas Tuchel Edin Komo Enra after so washa 3 Edia Costa Rica the manager na say yemfa to just some nemo biante say almost still e was almost 3 nem on person mu pushi echo the next level obi anim say England next level of tournament and so be the finals o makobi cup and o paje Thomas Tuchel Edin Komo
the match we want to push it to the next level from intensity, commitment, cohesion, and we did that. We could see the impact of the Arsenal players coming into camp, and we could see also the impact of training. Of course, we see the adaptation to the heat, we see the adaptation to the climate, and we see things clicking, but
95.7
players to take a next step, and they did. That was what we wished for, and the crew players delivered, and I'm proud of them how they did it. So this anyway the most important how we play, and the result takes then care of itself. But we did it on a high level.
ɛno ɛyɛ coach Francis Thomas Tuka yɛdini wo nkɔmmɔ Messi from na bɛyɛ frabɛm na bom mame fa we ntiga sɛ manager Francis Kieran ɛyɛ McKenna ɔno ɛna qualify Ipswich Town ɛde ba premiership ne mo ɔpanyin ne sɛ ɔtake a break from ɛyɛ football wafiri ɛyɛ club no wagya to after so ɔde ba Premier League no ɔsi on coach bio or take a break said your Pep mo ɛkɔ sabbatical no ɔkɔ bi ɔfiri ɛyɛ football mo for now ɛno ɛyɛ reference Kieran ɛyɛ McKenna Diamante ɛne sɛ Ipswich ɛyɛ Town team no say wɔn mo pɛ ɛyɛ new coach for ɛyɛ Premier League no next season many reports ɛyɛ 2 coaches and monitor 1 ayo penye friend say Gary O'Neill on your coach Edema Strasbourg. Number 2 ayo Liam Rossinia former Chelsea coach no the obasa hunu Premier League no Ipswich Town ebeso mo deneba Barcelona. The new Spotify air company many reports Barca as submit omo candidacy area kwakoma UEFA omo pesa 2029 Champions League final yebo ewo company enti Barca for as submit omo request no enso area kwakoma UEFA mpanifo enom aya demete owura friends Xavi Hernandez many reports Barcelona for abane no Nia say Xavi request yes Barca omo legend air matches no na so mo bi no person okobobi yes so maka tell say oyinanim eko support Victor Font say aye president aye Juan Laporta erinti Barca omo legend say game no omo ba ne aye Xavi Hernandez enom aye demete mame fa we enter say Rafael Leao yes Galatasaray team so my ready omo person we clear FA player no omo ba na year 10 million euros player ne so no ono our professor besia kan ewo Premier League ne mo dem upiem ewo Morocco eye bad news say Morocco nansan ena mbeka chos Abdi Ezauzoli akwako problem say World Cup no eno de ate ene say defender your friend say Naif Agat enso kopra ono so ba mesi eye World Cup players wom ekwa camp ewo eye Mawani eye Sadani ene Amin ena omkwako replace omo ewo eye Morocco Song you mean ena ewo Mexico. Yes, fans no our friend is Ronaldo and a song about Bontina to say Odomunina sepa na Odosia can Edema Los Angeles Football Club ewa America now Mexicans baby ho and no filino and also omo love and passion for the game now was so name p area from name do person welcome and say obesre any cause omo de sa nickname na man because onye bibia also just when you say nickname no say Ronaldo David Ronaldo level no song as when you Alvaro Morata ko din koma or so no mistake awaye and say free Atletico Madrid Atletico free area because Atletico a club eno pe Alvaro Beloa diamante and is a Marco Silva echo a Benfica Alvaro Beloa enso free Madrid one eba Fulham na her cycle no Beloa free Madrid eba Fulham no Marco Silva echo Benfica na Jose Mourinho free Benfica echo Real Madrid eno the cycle no eno so esiate menya reports Elliot Anderson Manchester United oma drop you omo pursuit no yeso omo say da be muntimi nto aso because Man City say bo no Man City for the omo gym United atwo omo ho eno demete Germany players menya reports Germany ewo group phase of the World Cup last game no yes almost say players nankasa ebe found supporters 600 omo trip omo the bus ebe free Germany enso aba be omo final group game be yes players nankasa offer so omo tua sa fe no enso de amobo enom demete me hu Nigerian artist Rima any Brazilian singer Anita enso ewa America demete is ewa Los Angeles omo so be performing Nami Aduma US on first game no Rema ever performing Anita enso be performing Nigeria for Kobomatis enso na World Cup yase sa enom area tie Man City for say Josco Vadio no almost walk over be Madrid for no to imagine akware be signing new contract enso the Man City Besiktas as Leandro Trossard almost pen from Arsenal na conditions transfer conditions no almost say 20 million euros transfer fee and a player no 7 to 8 million euros a season and on the Mama branch no and Demetia yet Mamu Ewood so Arsenal for corner kick no said they are not defenders no blocky players na the American say yes I will walk up where you say a peja bonus and peja be foul yet yaw eno report amenya yet on some Mamu Ewood Jumejo say a medical center and Rayburn diagnostic center say Father's Day we omu free Father's Day screening. We invite individuals, churches, ministries, institutions, and organizations. Father's Day health screening from the 15th to 19th of June. We free prostate screening. and a free air blood what I say sugar you better test glucose what I say free blood air glucose testing nina enso betia ko so Father's Day we Saudi won to bibia ma wo papa fa no ko Akuama Medical Center so ye na ko ye free prostate air screening any free blood air glucose test no enso fa ma no for number we na ji aya other informations no it was 0540 121 563 0540 121 563 na empenfo ebo wunchi wa wodo mamen kelsem aya shop bi es opemo mobotire ene mo amunim tire ye na mo no ya adwuma shop ne opatase opposite Wacha branch ye me show so wonim trebo ana so wonim tire ya we opportunity de ma ye ma free accommodation number be frɛ no 0541 401 757 0541 401 7587 na unso anya adwuma me show so wotie me na oye Facebook admin oye WhatsApp admin Telegram admin now our members at least 1,000 we gave in a lottery opportunity be answer the abadi amount so what you now your admin our members 1,000 for number we say here 0242 046 285 0242 046 285 na just yama so opportunity no sika wompa a unsu betia fili ye ton dan bi 5-bedroom finished air house ye ton ewo Kronom Red Park behind Adonko announce Angel Industrial Company Limited bebachom obesa wo tie dan ye siawie 5 bedrooms 0545 388 553 0545 388 553 na ye no nin komo president asian kancho say do the two ye can president do the two and just so brush no pa na wa brush enwumre ninyina aye president makacho say nya de president because of say yentino obi ekoto toothpaste or so water president because ye enom any de brush do the two with president anopa any enwumre latest home close to 60 years in the more producing mattresses papa they have announced for me back home I say mattress of produce no na substandard materials Ghana Standard Authority etu omososa o koda arrest over that sorry no abre na hunam nyina yo ya because anyama normally mattresses no anya papa latest form as omodian ene sizes are open na queen size jo pe bia no latest form enso e ma obi no watimi to latest form e wo showrooms awodo pi e wo across country no on Kraya over for 0302 231 Oh Kumasia 0322 029 365 now in the latest form for Enso and Casa latest form our partner for life Sans and Africa Logistics and Shipping Services more China more shipping ya madeba Ghana no ya na a problem the mouth finding na Emma Africa Logistics and Shipping Services omo small parcels omo groupie small packages Emma ultimi sevusika full containers dedicated FCL shipping and a door to don't pick up our China no more deliver Ghana fast clearing and hassle free customs clearance our Temaport omo warehouses our China you and Guangzhou and Ghana so Tamani Kuma so line and sound see your WhatsApp line 0536 735 393 0536 735 393 now no and so into me and cast my brother for me now yeah I am on nim kakra and sanya the fisem no and so there Maxo
yeah Andy openi bi wo Dixon Dress Code Fashions located at Odium bus stop
okay
director ne workers you know mo biem live at dahwa obia 80 yes also na Mr. Paul Asari Paul Sands and Sam Paul Enterprise CEO no so ne boys no obia 80 show nti ye chia and the yenhwe game no straight away this is the history has repeated itself. This is the second time a Mexico ne USA border opening Mexico ne RSA South Africa border opening game. The last time we share na 1-1 and the South Africa ne host here. It's meaning said this time so which me akwa draw na but yenhwe say onim say L3 Mexico national team and the bar Champions League omo Arsenal of the Champions League. Why? About 60 games for World Cup omo nyanje trophy no. It's omo ni team wa bought number of World Cup matches be brea on to maintain trophy no. This season or this time so Andy I don't see them winning the trophy so they will continue. But of course I expect them so be a favorite to win the group A. With South Korea, South Africa, any Czechia and Czech Republic I think that they playing at home and I see them to be favorite to want to win it. Now, for the record, since 1994, so Mexico bought tournament opener. Bought tournament number first match and your moon lusu. Omako 7. Omo winning 5 and Omo draw 2. Tournament maybe to me a World Cup, maybe to me the CONCACAF Gold Cup, but what I say, and any other tournament in Mexico yeah involved the last 7 no, and the Omo first match Omo lose, so Omo winning 5, I draw 2. Now Mexico coming into this almost how a form. Because form guide is very, very important when you are talking about it. And you would need former possibilities of being winning certain matches in anyhow. And Mexico last 8 games or my Bonomo winning 6 and Omar draw 2. They are still unbeaten. It's in those 2 areas, unbeaten. Tournament, first game in the tournament, 7 unbeaten. And also on my friendly sneak games on my Boninano. And also Marco 8 unbeaten, where Omar winning 6 and Omar draw 2. Mexico's our firepower because in those 8 games, and your match 15 goals. 15 goals no match. In those 8 games, almost 6 almost keep a clean sheet. They are very potent attack and they are very powerful or they are very resolute our defense. It makes them very, very, very impressive team. South Africa on the other side, no. This is the 4th World Cup but the first time since 2010. And I think that South Africa aiming is or be qualified to the next stage of the competition. Once I'm ready to down women. Now make actually South Africa World Cup most often or more pick 4 points. But the problem is that they are not able to make it to the next stage of the competition. It's always a team be World Cup or more instead than go but they've not crossed to the 2nd round before. Or the next round. It is South Africa called next round and I think it's very massive. And for that matter, they might need 4 points to do that. South Africa form no air poor. Because after say Omo qualifies 10 matches no. Those qualifiers only 1 out of those 10 matches spent at South Africa a trillion. And see Omo game no more building on solid defense. Omo attacking it because they don't score too many goals. But the real qualifiers in South Africa last 5 games on my ball a friendly near in any AFCON qualifying in our moon maybe. Omo lusu 2 and Omo draw your friend is saying 3. Okay, I'm shade. Omo lusu to Cameroon 2-1 at home. And a Panama so show Omo 2-1 sir. Omo Panama sa about 1-1. And the Omo Jamaica ebo 1-1. And Omo Nicaragua ebo 0-0. It clearly says South Africa bepe bibi o game way more. It was some rely on defensive solidity. And the air ball, you can never say that, but I don't see South Africa scoring 2. I don't see them scoring 2. Because Ocean Mexico teams are Mexico near my bar, or Masha Czechia, Czech Republic, and a host of teams are because we are much stronger. So it makes Mexico much stronger than your friends in South Africa. Looking at the opponents or money on my bar, Mexico unbeaten, no Andy. Like I said, almost Australia 1. Mexico share Ghana 2. How many Belgium ball 1-1. How many Portugal ball goalless. And I'm share Serbia 5-1. Mexico no de Australia and almost 1-0. Ain't Mexico a hard dinner and the was but over head to head. The first 2 matches at Mexico and South Africa boy Mexico show me no. But if you were the last 2 no Mexico in shape, you might draw 1 and almost lose 1. Now you hear how stats you are. So Mexico ball World Cup match was Estadio Azteca. And the Omun Lusu. About 7 matches where World Cup matches Omun Lusu bida. Omun winning 5 no ma draw 2. And at the last 6 games Omun ball proud to match on Mbebe. Emu 5 in the first half Omun lead. Oh man, you're my very, very, very quick. Oh, Sabo and your friend Quinano so said no boss Saudi Arabia or go king. Black guy but obo Mexico a good pa. South Africa so my about 9 matches at the World Cup. My catches on Marco World Cup win a 4 munyambo. The 3 no my board because Munko next day. Nandi goalless in mem. So South Africa about World Cup game ne be goalless anyhow. And the 5 out of the last 6 games on my board, I am a both team to score. A branch be hey Johan Vasquez or a defender for Mexico, but Andy Onimgoshe. And the last 3 games was 3 goals for Mexico as a defender. It would you look at Quinanos now, and also I just Saudi Arabia top scoring child. He's 29 years now. And so it's Mexico with firepower. South Africa on the other hand, a branch friend Oswin Apolis. On normal qualifiers and they 2 goals and no assist 4. It's Onukwa contributed 6 goals. That is twice more than any other member in the team. So go beba honey area. And these are my better analysis. Mexico will find form. They are unbeaten in all angles. Friendlies or games prior to the World Cup, they are unbeaten. When they are playing at Azteca, they are unbeaten. But what I say, playing their first match at major tournament, they are unbeaten. Numbers near 6, 7, and 8. It makes Mexico much stronger. The attack is strong. They also have a strong defense. This is what I'm gonna go. Mexico will win over 1.5. That's how I see it. Mexico can also win the first half. But say Mexico be winning first half. I don't think it's goals, but also maybe a first half 1-0. Maybe a second half or more back account. And yes, South Africa for winning the embassy, but the other people so near because I know the Andy and carry a ball on the ball and a bit determined. But for the score line, may head either 2-1 or 2-0 for Mexico. Because if you're South Africa, you want go. But Mexico will make sure they will win this game because Osha Stake cannot be beat. They will go all out. And say be a 2-0 Mexico and a 2-1 Mexico. And now bro so cran and be a 3-1 Mexico. Anything more than this, there's a South Africa for no
go for 9 and 15.
Oh, David. Oh, now so do any problem.
Never have been but when you go for this one measure South Africa 9-0. This one measure 15-0. This one measure 7-0.
Me name the omo who ba say South Africa for now so I saw more yen omo mo yen but what I say yes and Africa will all support them. But I think say yes, Mexico win over 1-5. Mexico might win the first half. Maybe just one goal be. Now the total score either 2-0, 2-1 and a maximum 3-1. But I think Mexico have upper hand in this one, Andy.
Okay, Martin.
Yeah. Okay, maybe the World Cup na Asia say and then send me can no meaning say a whole lot of expectations war amount for any more especially countries are betting AJ World Cup no. Me sure say Argentina after winning the last edition or this year Lionel Messi ebe pese obe lead the Argentine national team ama omo ababeje. But the question is, can Argentina defend their World Cup title now? And a big question among for Ebusa. But Andy unim say World Cup no say OJ a defender no ya a dimpa. In recent years, we need World Cup the next edition no ya nejene edin. Because we share World Cup no history. Even say we a favorite now call World Cup na ya nejene edin pa. And they are managing the air. They say most of the times, nipa be believe we say before we bet me AJ World Cup no, I was a team no. Most of the players no, I was on form and I say more on peak. And say Ujia because of say most of the players no, I was on peak into no. I air they say in 4 years time.
Bet me keep it.
Obe say me keep team no. They are called the next edition no. And Intina, share for example, Italy, AJ 2006, the following edition 2010, Obeko, Obonsena Wugun Nimase, France, EBJ 98, Obeko the next edition, no, Obonse Senegal, Kwakosheno, now Wabafi
Spain, so in 2014,
the next edition of Bae and Koyi. But Adia Bakwa, Eboa this current Argentine national team, and he said most of the players are. Omoje the last edition no. My fortunate say most of the players ewo.
Okay.
Obetimi account to about 14 players. Omuka Argentine national team no one omoje the last edition ewo Qatar. This current World Cup omusawo Argentine national team. The likes of Thiago Almada, Julian Alvarez, Rodrigo De Paul, and then Enzo Fernandez. Alexis McAllister, Gonzalo Montiel, Nicolas Otamendi, Omodoso. Internone advantage bakwa. Ebetimi aboa ama Argentina aje. But there are some factors being so wa. Eyi Argentina efrimu. As defending champions are ombetimi aje the World Cup. For example, share the last time a nation AJ World Cup retain year way back 1962.
Okay.
That Brazilian team they called Sweden in 1958 Ekojeno. Almost retain the title in Chile 62.
Okay.
And from 62 but this time no
Obiantimi
NJ and defend it. Said the American hotel say I know one factor eyi Argentina national team no from retaining this title.
Okay.
And the second factor is Argentina. The fact that unze mostly medical as a favorite for the World Cup no. Omo ne gene edi menim se wan kasa watena se aye analysis e bia per the last World Cups ayabo no. Me van say the last World Cup 2022 e bia andi utena se we analysis no. Okay, say country we and I say we na betimi age. But a call omudu World Cup no mo ntimi anje.
It's how asema busa me. The mam show yesa me be friend no cursed of the defending champion.
Okay.
Because okay for years now. I'm say France team na G 2018 no.
Yeah.
And in 2022 almost say status quo ne kakra.
Yeah, it me call final.
Yes, I call final. Yeah. So a free be 98 ben nyina no. From France G ben nyina no. Ogia. And even sometimes it comes very difficult to qualify from your group.
From your group, very good. And Osha a BSCC like the example now Umeki and you bet me about the Italy team Omo EJ 2006 but Omo ba the following year no Ankoye. Obet me about the Spain team
2010 2014 Brazil
2014 Brazil Ankoye and Famom
14 Germany 2014 2018 qualify from the group.
Yes, disappointing World Cup. And there's a case and there's something minim how you bet me unravel that mystery no. Even the favorite tag na ye can. If he say FIFA World Rankings by since FIFA about 92. From 92 no. Even say prior to the World Cup say we a country now rank as number 1. Okay, and also we are the best team in the world coming into the World Cup no, and also Neji Edin.
The last ranking before the World Cup.
Before the World Cup.
Neji Edin. Argentina so that one.
Say Memvan say okay, Argentina and that one. Maka one factor Argentina free already. And
the okay say
and also as Ababisio.
And the case of the defending champion
before the last one no, not France and that first. And the latest one by Argentina EBIOM. And no so another factor France and Argentina free. And ebi also a World Cup no the best say France and Argentina free money say unse if it's a World Cup no started only one coach and we winning more than one World Cup.
Okay.
World Cup no say we coach now OJ2 no Eden. Okay. And currently France led by Didier Deschamps will lead you on AJ the last edition now on 2018 on one edition mobile and yes sir.
Yeah.
And Argentina so led by Lionel Scaloni
yeah.
On a lead you on Diaba
2020
no say one factor me GD says 2 coaches no a you more from
okay.
And say Didier Deschamps intiminje and I say Lionel Scaloni intiminje it means automatically Argentina and France. The Inter-American winners say omo countries are that favorite tag no
at their mom.
Yes. Apart from that and so World Cup and fan say the previous edition one year de name over the current edition ababeje.
Okay.
Say your countries be bra ebi obeko World Cup no one year de. Because of that, all but the next edition, no, I'm for ever writing off. Meaning the American the last edition 2022. You were big nation and as a powerhouse be by 1 year there. Ubon say the current edition, no. I'm for make your analysis and also more predict country bit me a jombe in a film, but obebano no abade. Yemshe the Brazil team of 1966 Omoko World Cup Omufrimu in the group stage one of the best squads are Brazil Enya Omoko 1966 Omufrimu yaya in the group stage Omufrimu no the next edition in Mexico 1970 Brazil ebeji edisi omonaso and then the same Brazil in 1990 Italy 1990 Omufrimu in the round of 16.
Okay.
But the following edition, USA 94, Brazil EBJ. the third one France omokra de 94 France and qualify and World Cup no.
Okay.
But the next edition omo host to 1998 no omo na eje. Then to the Italy team of 2006 omo eje. 202 obi ohwe Italy bia no
Japan Korea
em say Korea kra na yi omo free mu around quarter final or so. Even in that game na o share Italy team na no be anim say on be Korea, but Korea show mu eyi omu free mu in 202. The next edition 2006 with Germany omu beje, and at the last edition and answer the last country yes I know was Spain. Okay, in 2006 World Cup
with Germany
omu free mu in round of 16 France in the year. Then 2010 omo buy no beje. So World Cup and found say bia the bia proud edition no and also bia previous edition no one yard but the following edition no aba beje edisi onaso and ade ba kon so a World Cup no en favor paye the leading Ballon d'Or to the World Cup.
Okay.
So currently Ousmane Dembele, right, from France, and also one other factor, France. For the entire consistently as a France no because World Cup open one of the countries of my favorites are, of course, per the squad or more and almost squad in depth no. Nipa be now to say France ebitimi. Of course, Argentina being the defending champions so no amount for 8 points because Lionel Messi BBI possible.
Yeah.
And these are factors are France any Argentina a day free. And Obibe Busa say host nations and so omo performance in the World Cup at saying. So far about 22 editions of the World Cup. In the first 11 edition in the first 11 editions no host nations 4 any team GA.
Okay.
Uruguay 1930 omo okay. Italy 1934 omo host to GA. England 66 omo host to GA. And at the last edition no Argentina 78 make the first 11
okay.
The last 11 editions are yabu only one host nation and it's France 98. And the reason why. The reason is say in recent times, FIFA iron in such a way say wama other countries are yenim say omonye powerhouse in football enya akwenya omo e host to. And me sure say and also reduce the probability say a host nation ebeje. Because of course so here even the last 4 editions are on Japan Korea in 2002 omunye powerhouse inti menye sure say going into that World Cup no ebi obi betepo mo say omo be den ebeji edi so omo na so. Then to South Africa 2010 omo kra de group stage no omo ntimi an qualify en free mu.
Yeah.
Then to Russia 2014 and Qatar 2022 and these are host nations are mejidi say komo ye powerhouse in world football because of me host at least a bit more advantage of winning the World Cup. But I mean these are in himself football no money powerhouse. So a BBC this current edition other countries or more host now USA, Canada and then Mexico. Menye sure say ye ka say ye obi anyi be first 5 or 6 or even 10 countries are on Beji World Cup and will be the Mexico, USA, and Canada ever count. Because in terms of football, no, or more enshada enye big sir. One other factor so I be influence country or Beji World Cup no, and they say foreign coach be and win World Cup no. Over World Cup now so far local coaches. Countries coaches or free Krona or more ban and edge. And even pay that no obetimi anaro to country like Brazil Carlo Ancelotti and Edio Moko
Italian
Italian so and also betimi Brazil Eddie Free
Ghana is free mu.
Oh, Ghana they say England led by Thomas Tuchel, right? A German. And also England free. Portugal led by a Belgian. But per that factor no Portugal free. Okay, and then Uruguay and Belgium. And one country has all these factors are influencing country or World Cup, and I say Mimo Mudi Germany and Spain. I mean, these are big countries are coming into the World Cup, no, or likely so beat me, especially for Germany. Now
countries like I say. Because Germany team
because in recent times or more in a transition so more finding it very difficult to get the German machine anymore. And Andy, so World Cup Germany Germany and then Spain. Nigeria said these are two countries are likely so between a World Cup now. Me men are run to Spain and then Germany. Spain ever into this World Cup as the defending champions of Europe, right?
Yeah.
Said the last edition was England and Nigeria. And European Nations League, you know.
Portugal.
Yes, said Spain and Nigeria. Spain and Nigeria, yes. And the last Olympic Games in so of course for France, Spain. And Nigeria.
Nations League there. So Portugal and Nuno Mendes ne Lamine Yamal.
Okay.
So Ronaldo and Lamine Yamal comparison me.
Okay.
It's Nations League in Portugal.
Portugal. Okay, very good. Then Spain the current European champions and omodeba into this adia ba kwa na nke ya ha omo injury to Pedri ne some of the key players. But I mean say Spain about this tournament. Na say injuries how more a very good team. I mean one of the best goalkeepers in the world currently, David Raya. A bad midfield defense a decent team. Mijidi is a World Cup is Spain. Ebetimi aje. Germany so no Andy Maka say German machine no ebe fine ne fit e this tournament ebe very difficult so be stop home. Nti
now can factors no. Now countries are mobile with their native managers no. Holland is
yes, Holland very good. Majors I mean Naruno too. Even more foreign coach they ye England, ye Brazil, ye Portugal, ye Belgium, ye Uruguay free. Another perennial underachievers of the World Cup Netherlands. World Cup Ombe drew final Muntiminje, Ombe drew round of six. I mean, Holland are produce great footballers in world football. Omo Eba World Cup na Omuntimi Enje. They can't even France 98. That semi-final game no money Brazil Eboya Brazil Omo at the quarter final no. So team na Netherlands at the bar tournament no. Now man for tipo because now it was one of their golden generations. Now man for GDA say Netherlands ebitimi de aje, but unfortunately omantimi anje. So me oma me chance say minyi and I say memfa one country enka me final two no ho the third nation me de ombeka ho no ebeye Netherlands. I mean this time omo very good team, omo a very good coach. Me GDA so omo so aye silent kakra. The factor ebe bo omo say countries or mobile World Cup as any enshede ni omo but ombeba no ombetimi ababeji edi so mara. So you were interesting days ahead. Meaning say afi na tournament no achase, but for me Argentina say me Argentine fan because of the love for Messi. And even over Europe so me France national team no. Okay. But me GDA said this time factors are say analyze it countries are likely so between World Cup now. There are so many factors I was say putting it together. Obi betimi for history, obi betimi for current form, obi betimi the kind of materials country no at the Eba World Cup. But in combining all the factors, about 8 factors are influencing a country for winning the World Cup, no, Andy, mekanyina buma. Still, it comes to the two countries medika ebo mudi. Mede Netherlands account say oka se menye me top 3 ebeye Spain, Germany, and then Netherlands. Makachos sa World Cup we attention ebe koso, but because of Nyoma Bia SEC proud to the World Cup no, and nama as a amanfo bi EGD say sa World Cup we emu enye, but the moment enyumri yebebo whistle ne say yen start tournament no, attention ni nyina ebeko on the field of play. Even in the opening ceremony no, we said there's a report say the Mexican president Enyadia Obeko Stadium. Okay, Claudia Sheinbaum onye present and even this morning the Athletic newspaper and so our report to say Donald Trump and so enko the opening ceremony of the World Cup. We say ababeye tradition bia say your opening ceremony bia was say your president there oko grace the occasion because we are in 2014 the Brazilian president Dilma Rousseff echo opening ceremony no, and then in Russia Vladimir Putin no ye present the opening ceremony, and at the last edition of Qatar so no the emir of Qatar echo but this time my name didn't come Mexico or president enye present for the opening ceremony over US and so Donald Trump and so report ni chima onye present for USA or opening game omo ebebon ye say jumedie bi UFC
organizing UFC White
good,
House
very good instead of the opening ceremony of US and I say World Cup US attended the UFC event yes indeed that is the story about and also
no because on World Cup no muna mani abre na referee bi na African referee no ya de na wan go bi em so no nwene sa de
no other events ano pe football no cry
but referee Omar Talenra, we had an extensive conversations about him you raise BKB on the line but Maxwell so now he's a hero
he's a hero in his country and it is what it is but I won't say American or more nkofo and you he's the best African referee. So would have been a pride for Africa. So to me, Kubia on the amateur. Now Ghana for no money, I bring no more. Can't hear Ghana referees in the mood. Been to me, there, Papa Somalia, Alfred.
So we say to me, no, we say send or no, your sign. I tell the referees this party. I'm friend and you're lying when you go.
And no, be father Germany no sending me message saying, Mr. Kosinyan teach you and can be as or the Ghanaian referee be replacing him. It's but Andy, no matter what it is, you're being a very good worker. Now, but American president. Also, mono sending or moyo money different from Obiade. Unsa Hasi and President and Kubianka work up PMO, but our honor systems are working. Because Obama buy or catcher is a yema system institutions and working. And so much is a BBS so without Trump they still can do it. Say he has a so Bob. But what I say, because there are a lot of or do homo able about no so so no yeah.
Medasi yemfa efe semina to us but minimum said Max so be a Black Star send off Virginia na players no to suffer fans ni bi mo mobile na me messages bi ano from enano pay bank of send me say hey na we dey send off be ni isika na me say nya abotre obi so obi say na World Cup budget e dey kui onte ho asem no an say na no say on ma me ti say sports minister akodi nkomo ono ye nua panyo ma sanda akodi nkomo say World Cup tickets na yeto e dey ma fans no so far government use $1.1 million e dey 2,000 tickets na wadwene ho won tia say 1.1 million for 1,000 tickets the category where dey koto ya ye dey koto sa tickets no eno aba you say send off party how much is involved in sa send off party but I understand say 1.1 dey be free sa donations no but eno crown still be say free sa donations dey more still Ghana sika because telcos no omun shi bi di enton gare e Ghana fo ya na omudi enti so many questions na eba but I know jumadi no etime course
a welcome party and a send off
so we say send off say for the World Cup
Send off the ka free.
So move free US or Canada.
And I'm asking me,
Andy.
Well, welcome party and I send.
What was a send off from US to
Andy
Canada?
I won't say Yakobo World Cup or mine no Kobe. Sebia san yeye. Sisi ako kan BBS yo. Unno Ghana adeya. Emra so Yakobo World Cup say me work crazy with the chef regime. They be no more the same thing. The problem Ghana has is that when people are doing the wrong thing, the same citizen will be supporting them. Ekochia, not the same citizen who support us. That's our problem. In any case, yeah, send it off near Adeno. There is nothing wrong. But I think Ghana had send off a pamo.
Send off, proper send off.
Like ye di akuma, any prayers, any BBI, they bless almost all monko. And though no na ebe winning game in the crowd, and my players need feel self-belonging. Say indeed, our people are behind us. Let's go and fight. But also, I could pay US now. Yes, send off. I call Canada. Me boy. Okay, come back as a Ghanaian say, well, it's just it is what it is. Over Canadian.
Me want to be busy or US or US on ye busy. So much.
Born here, Koboria. Ye busy.
KBI ye free US or Canada. And I am my US so be near Cotton Canada Bobona and no crowd will be to me at time when I send off an army. But with the walk as a babet in a US or to wait there.
Sicana baby will be I had help you. Obviously, scrutinize the budget in the east away from my combine. Then again, on the issue of the tickets, no. My
minister voice on this one, as I know about crime. The minister, and as a sector minister, Honorable Kofi Adams. The number of tickets are omato for fans of honorable somebody tuja.
Tickets we paid for is 1,000. So far, the FA, we bought the tickets through the FA. So far, the FA have delivered about 700 of the tickets involved in Ghana-England game. They have also delivered about 700 Ghana-Panama and 625 for Ghana-Croatia. This night, we expect the remainder of the tickets to be delivered to the DFA appointed officials who is in charge of what? The Ghanaians know who MPP are. Clearly, they speak only to destroy, not because they want any well-being. That's why I gave you an example of an earlier MPP communicator that you never heard any of their officers come out to say, this thing you are saying is not true. Their director of protocol that he referred didn't come out. The general secretary didn't come out. Nobody came out to deny that that thing was a lie because it served their interest.
Honorable Kofi Adams and I can now also clarify government ticket distribution to Ghanaians and World Cup matches now.
Our tickets, 80% of Ghana's tickets we bought are tag tickets. When we say tag tickets, it means that you cannot even share it individually. Because we wanted to avoid a situation where somebody will be given a ticket, and if there's a possibility, that person will engage in a resale for a critical match and take the money and go back and say he or she have not been given a ticket. So we went for more tickets. So 80% of our tickets hasn't even been shared yet. So you do a process. That is why in Canada, the High Commission have announced that persons who are interested, you have to submit email address. You have to download even FIFA app to be able to use the ticket. The ticket will get activated 24 hours to the game. So even if it gets given you always see that you have it. It is activated 24 hours to the game. But not a single ticket that we bought has moved out from the system we are holding anybody.
Okay, no, Honorable Idi Adams, I understand, sir. Mark just send off, no, a send off, Medema team, no, official Omoko base, Rhode Island. Now, I'm free, I'm Canada on the 15th. That is what I'm hearing. Maxwell,
yeah, now Obi bisa budget for the World Cup. Yeah, say a bear budget, and I think say I can't. It $13.77 million. And the ministry, GFA, no. Initially or more embark here, and so breaking it down on say 146 million Ghana cedis. Now appearance fee in the player be abeji or more like eligible for appearance fee no on beji $100,000. But what we know say players no be abeji $100,000 and they be omoye 26 that will be $2.6 million. But what I say and sana bonuses ne enya MI. But the problem I have in say pre-tournament campaign, the government is paying 1.23 million Ebi na omode koye send off in, but what I say. But I know say FIFA ma and you'll be asking for preparations and so why like about 1.5 million FIFA the money. This time I think it was increased. But we still have 1.23 million I budgeted for team training camp. In Chennai baby see a bisa question. Of course the management committee members will be paying $62,000. But just what I say. And so $62,000 almost can be $310,000. And a management committee nipa back we are budget 62 to multiply by $310,000 and almost be to me aje. The players will be remunerated too because bonuses will stage be on beko biano omo de ombeje stage on beko bia omo de ombeje and per the scaling fee group stage about 6.2 million in total. Ghana's dollars. So that's 1.84 million for winning the World Cup final. It is the major final now. I buy the players 1.8 million, but the whole of the group stage need bonuses near adding na day con and the 6.2 million. Into budgets in there, yeah. And I'm just say ya can't watch what I say. There are aspects of the budget make me feel say a country our home so. And nyoma bi we see ye betumi ate so and ye betumi atete nyoma bi so but dey ye ko tournament ye diska na beko untumi nga say o ko tournament unfeska enko menim say what the American say African Nations Cup we do be na prize money nim but we still funded the teams to go. Most often I understand ye ko tournament no but and nye no na ye the main aim of the tournament. The main aim of the tournament, like the Olympics participation, that again, say okoya dia, or other benefits at the mawa, monetary no to mean quantify. It gives the nation sense of a pride. For example, if you are Ghana koya dia World Cup ya, to can baby, are you Ghanaian? You be giving courtesies. That one money to mean quantify in monetary terms. The respect, the honor, any the fans at Ghana subenyano. Where our name will be trumpeted, the respect and everything we get. You can't quantify this in monetary terms. But it does not also mean that we should spend all the money. Also, there be a football near your football priority. My who say Senegal, some catch the last World Cup I'm so almost say $38,000 as the appearance fee. And the appearance fee there it is paid. England there $2,000. But I'm going to call charity. Nti ye betumi ate so me de no. But me match don't say my come position actually say player B or club last an appearance fee now I support it in total. Only me reasons. Say ebia what me manage players be that kakra to that level and the kind of thing that goes into make a player even play for Koto Komuni adeno. And you know it, you are with so many players, it's not easy. And some of the drews are teams and the kind of boots and the kind of medical or time near their best spending easy. But in Ghana, your boys in the born national team we no more retired. There is no package for them. Reward Ibia and you will say Abia you serve the nation at this time and the sebe yare to me ba. But what I say, I'm near to me ba at old age. In Ghana, you need package be just a buying be bar no I drink so may abwa. Even Omokro J Cap Kra my Ghana or Musika Krani and Tria until say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in the first time no from more 3 years Kanamomo. How many years now? Those who even promise accommodation dining at the Momo. In this Omobono Moji appearance fee now, I think say a shemo so that in the near future, because they will not say Biba yet on my states link or her mono almost on your modia CCA. But the modia can say scan there. Oh, yeah, more no qualm, but I feel like it should have been reduced because they say, I say, yeah, mine. Also, currently, Ghana need bia adriaba what we should do for the nation to move on, and that is a good thing, especially those in diaspora. Ghana need bia. Also, what's in the youth in the comments now? It is not like before. Ubiaba no condemn mine or my way they be on their mature. Now things are changing, and it's young in our year contributed. Their ministers are doing this. Government officials, those in high places, President Munina Modia, Elsa players no so contribute to me. Because they are also Ghanaians. And so what's the matter when I say? I'm not saying say or Musikano Yante, but we could have pegged it to be about 60-60. And the 40-40 now I can. And we could have channeled that money also to another area. Maybe some of these hospitals can be done. But now it's already done. The Americans said, let's look ahead. We all have to support our nation because we have only one nation, Ghana, no matter what it is, whether you love the government or you don't love the government will come and go. But we as people, we are Ghana. And even government cry any the power the mom. So when we believe they are not doing what we want, we still can take the power away from them. But we are Ghanaians. And Ghana, Nankasano, there was spiritual connotation with Africa. And I want to mean for India. Forget about Yusubai. And yes, surprisingly enough, say the first place that Brunei enter Africa or didn't see Africa as associated Ghana and Kabivincho. Say we are say Africa might be married that way, you know. Baby Brunei because Morocco no more the battle of Ceuta between Morocco and Portugal, but they are more quite. And so Munga hints who said there is gold and no more Portuguese no called Salie. When they sail, no, they came to Shama. Oko Shama Castle, no a fort, no. I think false about say if I'm right, or more a monument, or they go there. They stayed there for 16 years and continue to Elmina. It is only that in the history books, no matter Elmina, but whichever way. And the Elmina Castle, isn't it the first block building what the whole of South Sahara Africa? And also in Kabibincho. Oh, they are not Tonja. The whole of South Sahara Africa, yes, me a independent first, and Kabibincho. Now, a independent first, no, and the car said the Black Star, the hope of Africa, and Kabibincho. Even African Union, we pioneered it. And Kabibincho. Ball ya moka, ball moka, calf and ankasa, the Kwame Nkrumah brainchild. And Kabibincho. And it's a when Ghana is playing, and ye be in the eyes of the world, they respect the Anana Yenyan and K American UK Mune so munya. And it is there. Everybody love Ghana. Yankwana, we don't love ourselves. Ghana for Subang. And they were had anyhow. But when Ghanaians travel, they are one of the most disciplined people on earth. Zero, they be obiaka. Osha ye hospitality. And they clearly any Jamaica did the whole world. We are very hospitable. We are that. It's Ghana and Kasa as a nation. No, we are blessed. And we are blessed. And Shadio, another connotation. The greatest black man after the last 1,000 years. BBC here post said Bibini Bang. And a bar or ye great pa. What is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Nigeria? And a bibini bang or bar na ye great pa. Only see na ya Santua Nigeria. But that is not trumpeted enough. Yet me produce UN General Secretary Anamibwa. Na football no cry airborne. Rubber Maja must start here. No more Porto Muni are the AJ Champions League. But say oh can the real African superstar black man to say me match ameti here. O lead team or Europe. Now all the bossy things up. Pele. It's most of these French nations in the brave boys and babies are. Omika say who made them love football to want to come to football? Pele. Ghana. The greatest boxer in the history of Africa. The boxer Africa, you're number 1. Or your Hall of Famer boxing in the world. The whole world you're ranking 23. Azuma Nelson. And the Enka Bibi in Chirawana. It's we are blessed. The only problem is that we don't know we are blessed. We do our things anyhow. What's the American? And South Africa for South Africa for Beijing independent. Unimboa Ghana bomb. And the Jesus na South Africa. You know you are holding a day. In no movie or more pame meboa. Into Nombelusu. Obi say Max or call for South Africa. Let me say Debbie. What I learn is what I say. It is a machine and be a match where South Africa name winning. And yes, I'm for Kase against South Africa. Say no, I don't do that. It's in yes, but South Africa should lose because of the Omoye. In China, clearly speaking, as a nation, no, you used to this World Cup. Now unity in great. But what I say, this is where our boys need the support. Only say hey, remember we in Chato, Europe Champions League in Airborne. Only South Africa country and the players are Champions League pass here Ghana. And it was
na meba was barientie honorable Kofi Idi Adams once again on coach Carlos Queiroz. So you as a coach, no, since I appointed him by I say are there some sort of team spirit to be about within the squad? This I
believe will push her through. This I believe, and the coach too has done well. Look, the coach has imbibed in the team certain team spirit, that it is not about just an individual, but it is more about a team. That you all defend, you all in the midfield, you all in the attack. You benefit from having all these departments together. And so each must cover the other. And so the team spirit is what is going to drive these our Black Stars at this tournament very, very far. And I think you are right when you talk about the physicality of the Panama team. That is true. You would observe also that in terms of our training, the coach understands the World Cup is all about also physicality. So there's a need to build the physical well-being of the team. And that that there's a need for improvement, and they have worked that. I saw a certain level of energy when we played the Wales. I think saw a certain level of energy. And with the continuous training they have had in America, I believe that we will have a good team.
Any Honorable Kofi Adams, Mefa Lawrence Atizigi Diane so na Memra Awal Enchen. Lawrence Atizigi, one of the goalkeepers for the national team, was saying, Ghana are ready for the World Cup after strong preparations. Atizigi.
I'll focus on this World Cup and hopefully we can make good use of it. Yeah, it's been a great experience. You can see all the guys are very ready and we train very well, we're giving our best, and we're looking forward to this moment. He's a very experienced coach. He's got a lot of information, so we just have to take the good information he gives out and try to make use of it.
Right, I know Lawrence Atizigi.
Yeah.
Ghana, Hobwa, and Hong Kong.
Yeah. Utie Honorable Minister ne commentary and answer ne comment on Coach Carlos Queiroz. So we will be a one monitor coach and answer what follow coach ne kakra. Make us the right description and odiama coaching.
Okay.
Unim say but in terms of World Cup experience, Carlos Queiroz it will be at least or the Portugal called the 2010 World Cup. And Iran and so or the Omako 3 World Cups 2014, 2018, and then 2022. And Obia wahe Carlos Queiroz team biano se obeso o national team moi. The first thing obeye and say obe make sure say obe build a team no around the defense. Okay. So that say unya a good midfield. Now say o midfielders no ebetimi ama attackers no very good passes are. At least say o defense is solid. Now unya one goal bia okay obetimi a defend it. And tournament it's not about goals, okay? It's about say unya goal na how obetimi a defending. Say usha one goal. Now obetimi a defend you go very well at the end of the day when you 3 points oko winim. So a true and nipa be bro munim coach no even already coach in any profile. One thing obvious about Carlos Queiroz and he say obe first small team or make sure say obe modi team no in a very solid defensive unit so that unya a very good striker. Now on your midfielders on bet me among passes now, then ready to go. Just like the Milo team now in 2010. Even before that, cry call Angola 2010 AFCON. No.
One goal project.
Now your team no a young team. Because now Fena yenya a generation of 2019 now under 24 no win World Cup no. You promote about 6 players to the senior national team. And tina afena Milo ebe build team no within a short time edi akọ AFCON no. So o make sure so obe build a team no in such a way that defensively you're very solid. So that say yenya bon no na say Kodwo Asamoah enya peja born in the man Asamoah Gyan you can trust Asamoah Gyan. So bet me enya one goal no. The moment Asamoah Gyan ebenya one goal e de ama Ghana no eno ano no untimi hye ye call 2010 World Cup the same thing. Yenya share one goal project eno ano no ye call. Enti me sure say the Honorable Minister Kofi Adams am a very good description of how our coach Carlos Queiroz and of course wohwe your team here your main problem has been defense. Wohwe the era of Otto Addoa from goalkeeping defense. Edru baby Black Stars able about 10 or 11 consecutive games. Max Soka. Nyina ye concede goal. Your defense no problem or goalkeeping problem or so for a team to go to a tournament to do well and I said to get a good tournament, the first thing I was say and he say ubenya a solid defense. And I'm hoping said with the defense now Carlos Queiroz ababe sum no obetimi I build a very solid unit at the Amaye. Wanye lucky. Oh Andy, wanye lucky because nanka ye two most experienced players are obenye omo edi meka defenders or di omo beko World Cup no unfortunately omu nyina epra in the name of Salisu and Jiku.
Yeah.
In the last World Cup e Qatar ye hu how solid na omu mienu eye. At least unya Jiku unya Salisu na se unya this boy no enya JT yeah former defender or say of course Black Stars in kwa on mobile no enya baba meka central defender just after the Ivory Coast AFCON no or say on mo meka
Daniel Amati
at least come fan say Carlos Queiroz ba you know benya omo miensen ya kamenye sure say Black Stars有 problem but Amati ni ho oba yen so no Salisu pra Jiku so pra. And the only option, sir, obe work with Ajete and Jerome. Also, this will be their first major tournament, and I say World Cup for the Black Stars. A big problem, Eddie Amaye. Even at the right back, number 2, Senaya. The major tournament for Ghana, I think Bibi Ayen who now will show some sign of promising was the game against Wilson. Send you who in the game against Wolves, at least will be improve kakra. I think number 2 no ye problem. At the left back, Andy, you will problem who at least in the last game Gideon Mensah dieno na eye kakra. But on Ukraine dieno still there were some issues kakra na say problems kakra. Baba Rahman and Sobaye the last goal and I said the equalizer no nipa be na e blame no enti ye wo problem e wo ye defense as at now ye nim me sure say coach no nko anenim ene ne technical team whether Asare or Atizigi ene be ye number 1 choice goalkeeper enti the main Black Stars problem e ye defense from goalkeeping to defense ye wo problem o ye ni free wa the two players are ye nim say combat me ama ye defense no a very good shield and as a protection no almost form are questionable Partey and then Sibu because for now omuna ye surest ye bo say ye bo 4-2-3-1 omuna the surest 2 pivot of the team and maximum boy almost form any omo performance are questionable enti ka akwem say ye hope bebre na e wo attack on a good day for Niama Semenyo and then Ishaku, you can trust say you need money, you problem. And say Carlos Queiroz, able to me, I build a very solid defensive unit at the Amaya. I think a better team the kakra. So Yemshe Sebia Carlos Queiroz ne Jumedi and I say ne Juma or ye good at and it's all build a very solid defensive unit, Black Stars wabe obetimi ababe esa edi amanko bas adia oko a big tournament like the World Cup na say only good defense the Andy and you can who say obeba fie oko Egypt so or ye the same thing so we are only hoping World Cup yankasa who say Ghana we are only hoping on say bia ebenya lack na ebenya hope be because in terms of players edi omoko no menu ye nyina e wa ha nyina enim say GDA nhede ni osa o dey compare the previous tournaments ayakwa look at 2006 I mean ye midfield no nko ano ebetimi any other country in the world about
competing.
You caught 2010. Look at Anthony Annan in midfield. I mean, defensively, they're Boateng will bench. Anthony Annan, Ebemau, a very defensive, central defense. You caught 2014, Brazil. Now you're a good team. Even 2022, your team not only compare we are. Clearly, you could see that 2022 now you're a better team. A change. When young hope say Ghana a better team. I think you say I ready. Of course, I ready now. You're ready. And I'll bet you I say you're ready for the World Cup. Ready, even New Zealand. New Zealand the lowest ranked team crap. Ubusana Obekas were ready. Hey, now walk World Cup. Yes, started tournament a day before we say onye ready. Okay, Okazi ready and can be pam but readiness and say preparation away no ubetimi they compare other countries na only omo ewo group ni mana. There be the number of friendly games are England about from May coming to this June. Okay, the number of friendly games are England about. Croatia for high profile matches are Croatia abo. Even Panama, look at the number of preparatory games of Mabo over from May to June. You were at this month matches of Mabo. But yeah, from last month to this month, how many games in Yabo? And your preparation, they're ready there, but your readiness, is it enough? And only the big question are Ghana for Ebusa.
Munche, the captain of the side, Jordan Ayew. And Omoye send off no Jordan Edin Komogakra.
Massive games for us, and we want to make you guys proud, we want to make Ghana proud, and obviously it's not going to be easy, but with your prayers and your support, hopefully we'll be successful. So we want to thank everyone for your support and keep on praying for us because we're here to make history. Thank you.
Captain Jordan saw Mukoye history. Now the GFA president Kurt Edwin Simorokegu say, "We are young fifth, and we are saying
in this fifth time,
the time is now." Kurt.
And in this fifth time, we say the time is now. In this fifth time, we are saying the time is now. You have no belief. Because if you do believe in what I'm saying, you'll be hopping and jumping and clapping and
shouting. GFA President, Mr. Katz, and Yatin and okay, now you coaches in Roberto Martinez, a Spaniard, Mekokaso, Belgian, Spaniard, Roberto Martinez, Portugal coach. Spanish. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for the correction. Maxwell.
Yeah.
In this fifth time, the time is now.
Kurt, today I'm feeling the slogans. But more slogans is here. What slogan be What time is it? It is Kurt's time. It's good so I say it our time. Onye bibi no one enum brenyam. Ansa na Ghana mpacho wose ase on na Ghana boy na asha densa nti sometimes idea is one kasa wo ye wo break it wo set record bi wo set ya andi udin empepa do baby a me maka baby a obeko bia obeye adwuma bia no jabibi wo ho eye den obi no kasa obe andi tamana wa andi na tama wa andi tamana wa sa nete se wugya no Jordan saying
Jordan are going to make the people proud.
Now, to make history, it's a history.
Yeah.
Or no, Jordan, he needs to make a history for himself. And I've challenged him.
Since Jordan also a tattoos pa nechu ni bi ose or train or J trophy with Ghana no yes tattoo na.
Omo de omo nya abotire na adwuma na e de akoma no omo nya adwuma na man no kasa no ye hie no. O say Jordan and say go World Cup da.
Yeah.
And the next 4 years ahead of us, possibility that we might not qualify. And Ebikra will qualify and Jordan will not be part with the team. Ebikra, if he's even part with the team, on play active, bro, Ebi obey a big part player. Ebi obey bem substitute near day. But what you must say? And it's a one say go World Cup where the band of us or she go. especially when your qualifiers, your preparatory games, or yeah, the okay, see any Korea, one of these World Cup, your boyfriend Bibi Jordan say hat-trick. Okay. Was it the last World Cup or the two? The last two World Cups. Yeah, but he scored a hat-trick. That's the only hat. Okay, I wouldn't say all about that was his first hat-trick. And season way so qualified. He's one of the players who excelled excellently all over the world. Now Oroki showed us with you've already say Messi money are there with goals and assists. Yes, he did brilliantly well. And what I like Jordan is say, but Jordan needed only jam promotion. Any other more jam. Oh, they are all cano. It won't change anything. Oh no, oh pa yeah, the it's a me pen me where that's where Andy. Her criticisms for Messi Ronaldo Maji will be asking, but who feels that criticism that's stopping the pan come be do baby. The criticism then stop here, but the more you have criticisms, it means that you have arrived. So you have to do more to go for it. Say Mayweather mo and the Messi so when you criticism when any embrace or beji walk up, I don't mean and got timer or call final 1, 2, 3 now one gen or because but because the criticism were Ukrano also winning ball. And a one World Cup. Who bear say Johan Cruyff, me senior man back on radio, no so Max. Messi or bear say Johan Cruyff or bear say to a World Cup. So that forced him said no, Mamin Kobium. And the man in winning World Cup. Wouldn't say Ronaldo criticism for not winning the World Cup. And then the major motivation was still playing for the national team. Because for what he's been able to do as a top scorer all time for a national team, top scorer all time for the Champions League, top scorer all time for all competitions in football. Or Castle retire cry, he has paid his dues. Maybe Waji Trophy Urama Portugal, why did the Nations League? I think 2 occasions also. Or retire cry at Portugal, he still the agree. And no mine Portugal World Cup qualification there minimum, but or buy no or my bear consistent. And the what I say, but the motivation is that so to me crown it down with the World Cup, a bit pushing it to another pedestal because all you greatest players and I can say or no on J World Cup. The criticisms are good if you take it in good faith. It is good. It makes you still do more. Mayweather, me youngsters athletes go we are say between Mayweather and Messi no ya criticize almost harder. And a Messi to me quite a World Cup. No Marcus so World Cup we there FIFA they said that script and they make out as World Cup and the air final Messi team no ya 2 penalties netiano. And almost win your penalty. So this one there is been scripted. Hey, Mayweather will be I say on one a castle on the Bekunti. Me wa nipa no see a world champion. On the castle na no nya de no konechi. It's as concrete men coach, and so I say, but Manny Pacquiao ain't just criticisms, or you be big to cry as also. It's what I'm trying to say. There are people who are created as villain, Andy, and they also are created like hero. Those he created as hero, no, Andy. The little they do, be our budget mom, but obi or a villain, or bear more than what their hero now, they also criticize. It's a principles in life, and the more the boys are being created, and the media they are being when they say. Yes, your team ne emo hard empacho. But boys ni nyina are going there to prove a point. Isako nya team obebo. Calibre in Real Madrid no so nya a feather in our cap. Into the way na e kwachire. Almost every player say nya no. Opeso che de ntia otusu Ghana. Into no nya fe. And these are players na me pe o. Oh, exano de sana Ghana ye bo babara man on de minim de ha no. Oh, the boys are going to fight, and I just tell you said this is our time. Me am meeting core relegation. Na menya Ghana na me boss center back and the mayor of. I think so more the one purpose, making sure that they want to sell themselves and also make sure they prove a point. I don't say so much me bono mo boni any anymore. Senior men no more prayer but this time me de biabim. You.
Mirase Maxwell any award the Monza. Mera wasibe clean sound soap no e wadwas maka say GC brand and akofa clean sound soap no e dey aba we and effectively ekum germs and bacteria de unhu 99.9% amount. Make sure so be ronsa I also use clean sound soap no na do ronsa o ton so no to be ama wonam fofo de abusu ade san say obi anya bi use a and e be bo mu nyina clean sound soap is all about you because a GC brand. Also Upstick Enterprise maka say what we are building project we here air tiles say a cast floor tiles and answer open wall tiles no tiles papa from air Twyford Mikaso tiles different colors different shapes designs any sizes no also Upstick Enterprise and akofeni na and so the aba pebina to nefa your project no san say ɛyɛ kamapa wope bi ato ɛnyɛ natano so opposite the palace edum mo 3 branches baako ɛyɛ adjacent Jaba Jewelry BM edum opposite post office edum so ase wo ben a campaign ahimfio Abrepo junction so no ɛyɛ opposite county hospital 0244 458 542 0244 458 542 na udo mo enkasama kaso nyam yadma Wednesday 24th of June 2026 and nyina ye PM Great Hall KNUS Tanopana esanse his highest majesty Otumfo say to air Tun Sadia Free nyina ono as the chancellor for the university eso Tun Sadia Free Asantuma Ghana for nyina say momre esanse KNUS 75th anniversary no celebrations no koso den ntimi nyina momra na metanechi ema dema enso nya kamem say alumni ene mu amaka nyina no bia in a way all benefited from the school no musumu nyina momra asantema nyina emra ne metai ohenkese achi na a celebration enso nya krabe Wednesday 24th of June 2026 and upon I will great or KNUST campus and media kese no enso etumi ebaso Kumasi agrochemical and as agro processing company limited and akofa Angel Curling Satisfied no e makato was away and I be here we was spending enough time say udua okoko na say udo okoko na akate and black pot almost said cocoa no use Angel Curling Satisfied and a be protect cocoa no amo ati cocoa kama we are fully tested and approved by Cocoa Research Institute of Ghana and the Ghana Cocoa Board and almost waji atumafei ya the ebesodo so organic liquid fertilizer ensu de ba mesramu ekuafo na modo atosode no mo ye tomato farm cabbage pepper any sign man nyina no munyu ebesodo so organic liquid fertilizer eboa ema asase no from kama ema dobaya no ensu nyini kama edema we enye na what you say ebesodo so organic liquid fertilizer enso tested and fully approved by Plant Protection and Regulatory Services Directorate and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture na uramu ewo omo to chemicals on yama obenya biato se ke ba no Mr. Banum nyina obenya biato obese utu 0548 618 024 0548 618 024 na uno enkasa mena pa Royal Guest House shim School Junction Grace Gift enim hon ma fa na baby obeda e wa Ashanti region Kumasi ase woni be ka no mena pa Royal Guest House 24-hour security full DSTV access afei 24 hours enkane ani nso ejina so de ma kama me ba cho hye no so ma me sem ade ye shuttle just hope say you pick up from baby I will be na unsu timi eba and no so afre beba nya be pick on 0543 55666 0543 55666 na ye no eni nkomo me dima for about clinic Dr. Time that's only doctor say yare na chechere wo yare na dokoro wo chinchina che ayare sa entimi ema emfama just 190 no ni just concussion de aba no enya asem to ba still onu entimi to wa na ko eye atwuma gugu be hu me dima for about clinic not Dr. Enfa Time ento yare ne so obenya probe obeti apo ama ho ato J-Doc number 0244 774282 0244 774282 afei yenko wie Gengemet Dental Clinic aso emi so wa wutie me na osin wonya problem so abu apai tokro be da musu obi asabe oseno enya fita bio obese fita obi due to medical reasons ani adinti ne so no ancestor color onsu obi asabe okasa na pampan efro no halitosis yare ko Gengemet wati obesa we share braces obesa we share silver na say gold teeth Gengemet Dental Clinic and also to me kuma say obehu am ewa Abrepo Junction Bantama High Street Total Filling Station Chakra nungua omobe and so many NDC office near opposite and at Tetima Maxi Market Contain Road 0598 731823 0598 731823 channel so say Gengemet essential home services nationwide and so 80 them all open internet connectivity there baby I was also running Kenny Rose internet solution friend no say fie and a person connect to internet no adwuma a school hotel hostel open internet 0208 282810 0208 282810 na bibia anya kama enso entimi faba your birthday is kakra ha yam fa no sorry na be sure semra na ometo aso with the akani nyina na Maxwell.
Yes sir.
And nyankasa menua ba ko edi ne birthday.
Oh okay.
Na what is Obi ka say this is my demon but I still love him.
Yeah for sure. Yeah. And there
he is my demon and I still love him.
So be him say na ire be for Barcelona don. Inti ene de you are.
Paul Kofi Sabin.
Okay.
Paul Kofi Sabin and Kofi and Kofi Sabin birthday.
Oh okay.
11 Sign a friend, no, 11.
Okay.
Paul, Sabi, happy birthday to you, bro. Nyankopo, inshallah, pa. Na the birthday no onwa di ka from no paka say I should behave. I should behave na say una be chere wasema me.
So onim dia obetumi aye.
Na you onso nya na me ho ntone.
So obi di ne birthday on white say be obi free ma ye nka na chi asemboni.
Na me na ne nti odi ka atemboni.
Onim say obetumi atra.
Enti oye boni bi.
Oh.
Oh, but Nibia oye.
Oh, there be say be a agro na wo can be, but obi onim no nti ase.
Na ya ni aka so na no ufi na yi.
Na jai da oye.
Eyi ni aka Paul. Nana Kofi, happy birthday to Paul Kofi Sabia Day. Ni no. Bro, Nyakubu Inshallah. No nko so anyo okay. So we love you so much.
We
love you so much.
Yes, I be fire.
Ufufu akasa there is one thing in common.
Oh, you can't come to me dominate here.
Hemi boss.
Yeah, sure.
GKB. Hemi boss manager.
Yeah, sure. Oh, manager so you go. Bwana.
Manager so you Kofi. Usu you Kofi.
Yeah. You find some fire. You fit.
We should go fit.
You find some fire. Oh, my name is manager. So you Kofi.
Kofi, Sabe, oh friend, my morning. Shut off. Shibdila. Shut off. Birthday ni.
Na Ajima so you Kofi, right?
Kofi Ajima.
Yeah, right. Now doing
selection. Something runs in common.
Oh, it's always right. You find some.
Something runs common. Okay, Govi. Happy birthday to you, bro. Nyankopon Koswanu. We love you so much. You've been a wonderful brother since day one. Nyankopon Shroud. Sanso and upon Cecilia. See darling. Upon Cecilia and they were Nana I'll smoke. I say yeah we show a happy birthday. Secret minimum say I'm so free sax so because Nancy me ba obi am me too. She darling happy birthday to Nyankopon show na onye okesi. Na we so e ama Bernard Owusu Japan. Bernard Owusu Japan president of Achuma Hall Usted Kumasi campus. Na we free says Candy. And say young Washe Bernard Owusu Japan. Young Washe no a happy birthday to Ben. Happy birthday to you. Sanso and happy birthday to Reverend Father Cassius Osekoju, a Reverend Minister Roman Catholic Church of Ghana. Young Washe Reverend. And so a happy birthday today. Maso Ghana just know your idea. Catch him so by Sports Center. Say Yambo Chana Ubi says or two. So Juhu and Awin. Walk up and shall see Bejo Ghana JC. Sports Center, I'm a come traffic lights. Yeah. Sports Center, I'm a come traffic lights. Yeah. Also Bana Bejo Ghana JC. Quality JC. Quality JC.
I try me cry me pay 2.
Men Kenya Manum Kwasa Afi Ghana Shapanama we not rush Baswa. We who are the see match.
Me support Ghana.
You know, see England. Who's England so much
England they chat for.
Who's England so much
Ghana say England pen or me over chance.
See our Sports Center come traffic light on Sports Center guys no.
No but Ghanaians most especially Kumasi I will say Ghanaians yes it's not just about Andy say World Cup and yeah part. But yes, shirt na alone be bro krom kwa e ma and also yes shirt ye as number 1. Yeah. Nandi enka we be.
And the kra me cross sports center ba ko na me be hwe e. Yes. And the measure opening ceremony opening game no baby akoya Champions League 1759.
Okay.
E ho na measure opening game. Yeah. Me kwa ko Jimmy Ghana JC.
Na me
ko bar against.
Unya white ba kwa no wonya.
And the Ghana JC no me ko Joe Sports na me ko bar against.
Or against I would call against South Africa.
Me makame bi am de ko. Me the bar against.
Me bisa.
Me bar against over team.
The book say the Ghana JC ko bar against. Me
ko bar against
Ghana JC. But na
me say and match no de ko bar against.
Okay.
Ghana number Wednesday we who JC amesha ba Ghana JC from Sports Center.
More fire.
For Ghana match no.
Quality power.
That's a Sports Center why is through.
Quality.
Fantastic. Tiabo come traffic light also ko jodi. Na o birthday bi o ha na.
Yeah, okay, yeah na super iconic birthday ba ko bi. Andy, special happy birthday live on Pure FM. A very beautiful lady, a friend of Miss Joyce Echan. Joyce a nurse or more Blue Gate Clinic and or a Sophia Asamai. And Joyce birthday, Joyce. I wish you longevity in good health and more blessings. Happy birthday, Joyce. God bless.
Okay. Medasi. Mamenfa a yen kaibo we and so emi efa yen kaibo ni mi because abisho saba na obetwa so nanama enu abema eneda for me Mr. Solomon Ankra Hene na friend Tapau yami aduma Saturday 13th of June ewo bantaba ena na yi no eba so it's Saturday and of course on Sunday ti nanama so wo to Saturday afro bia some kan hona nebra Mr. Solomon Ankra Hene onya 54 years na omunkra na chi kra ntie wo bantama momeboa na bibia enso kama Kobe Lane ewo Facebook or say today is my birthday Kobe chilling from Asuka. Okay, Kobe also happy birthday to you. Nyankopon shop. Dija Bishop Saba beto aso dia Nyankopon ya admo china yebesan anybody ye share na fe dia ka bia no ye de nyina enso media but World Cup no ne tino from ne ekosi the 19th of July nyina about the FIFA World Cup na chese ye gusua yewe